And we're live.
Welcome back to another glorious session of the Gilded Dice, where we play the Storm King's Thunder. I got my mug all filled with water, so in the inevitable event that I lose my voice, it won't be as bad. Alright, so, kick it off. Rhogadar is here. He's just off in the background doing some stuff. So, last session, you guys walked into the Yawning Portal, a famous location for adventurers in Waterdeep. A large well adorns the ground floor, which goes down into the Undermountain, a famous, massive dungeon inside Mount Waterdeep. You procured some rooms, and you also purchased the Dream and Delve device, the D&D device first edition, which allows you guys to explore and experience old, famous tales of the Yawning Portal. From there, you guys kind of spread out throughout the city to do your own things. As a group, though, making a stop at Ziliang's inheritance at House Thane, where you picked up the inheritance of Ziliang, which included a sweet-looking staff for Anakel, some other items of note. Lucius got his care package from the City of the Dead, which included a potion of fire breathing, a special spell scroll, and a bottle of Winter Tempest. Then you guys also went over to visit Chazlauth Yarhorn to learn a little bit more about dragons and how they can help you in your conquest against the giants. Chazlauth, an eccentric individual with a pet wormling, suggested that perhaps you should go speak to one of the oldest and possibly crankiest ancient dragons. Her name is Old Gnawbone, and she's a green dragon that dwells deep within the Crypt Forest?
Crypt Garden Forest.
That's the one, Crypt Garden Forest. Because apparently, according to his research, as far as he can tell, has a huge collection of crystal balls. And therefore, just all she does is spy like an old lady from her dwelling in her lair on the world of Faerun. From there, you guys split up. Rhogadar stayed with Chazlauth to discuss dragons, the Shroud of the Crimson. You learn of some interesting points about that, and also learn that there's reports of Dragonborn clans being attacked, much similar to like his clan, the Myastin clan. Zaya and Wolverbane went down to the trades ward to do some shopping. Wolverbane tried to get a bag of holding, but only left with a sour taste in his mouth from an old lady. And Zaya was off trying to get a very, very peppery hot cake. Luna was not feeling so well, so she headed back to the Yawning Portal. However, Lucius also went to the dock ward to go meet up with some old acquaintances. And word on the street is a cloud giant procession will be taking place in the castle ward. All right, begin!
All right.
And go.
And go. All right, so we're gonna start here with Lucius in the dock ward, picking up where we left off.
So I'm basically hunting down whatever the town's informant is.
Yeah.
Which I would know.
Yeah, you just being familiar and having these kind of point of contacts. You find a rough-looking individual. He's he looks just as shady as you almost. He's leaning up against a big, large wooden crane that's loading shipment onto a ship, and you can just tell by his wild eyes. He's just observing everything, just keeping an eye on everything and everyone, just trying to learn and observe.
Okay. I walk up.
All right. He's got this huge scar and a giant cut on his lip that kind of splits his lip a bit, so it gives him this really nasty snarled look.
Do I know this person's name? Probably.
Yeah. You would know him as Lairn. Lairn. Yep. A male, human, shaved head.
Cool. He's kind of off to the side.
Yeah,
like,
he's
discreetly?
he's kind of not discreet. He's in the midst of a crowd, but he's in a spot where he's got a nice advantageous look over the dock.
Okay.
Just to observe everything.
Cool. I'll walk up and stand beside him, and I'll be like, "Greetings, Laren."
Would your contacts know you, Lucius?
Um,
Laren looks at you and says, "I don't know who this Laren guy is. But this spot's taken. There's another crate over there."
I raise the sleeve of my cloak and show the Zentarum ring.
Sorry, brother. Didn't recognize you.
It's quite all right.
You sick? You sniffling?
That wasn't me. I lower the sleeve of my cloak and I say, "Just looking for a couple of quick pieces of information. The first, I'm looking for any work that the Zentarum might need done, either within the city walls or in the surrounding area."
Kind of nods to himself, says, "There's always work to be done here in Waterdeep. With the thief guilds running around, causing us troubles, the agents of the Eye, Xanathar's thief guild. There's always work to be done there if you're sticking around for some time. We could always use some help. Aside from that, on the outskirts of town, not really much. With Nightstone under our control now, and Rasalantar not doing so bad itself as well. There isn't too much work to be had around here."
Have you heard of any developments in the town of Golden Fields, not too far from here?
They
I
say
planted some seeds that I'm hoping may have had some influence there.
word is that the commander of the Golden Fields Watch is under a little bit of scrutiny. Apparently something about being incompetent or incapable of protecting the town. Apparently one of our agents there is making quite a stir. A man named, well, you know his name.
Shelvis.
Shelvis is the one. Just checking, just testing it, you know what I'm saying? But apparently he's making quite a stir in there. Golden Fields. Apparently they're going to be holding some sort of town council, town meet, to determine if this Strongblade is capable enough to continue leading. Sounds like a perfect opportunity for us to swoop in and place our own man.
That is excellent news, and exactly what I had hoped for. I'm curious if you might know the location of anybody in town who is a scholar on the history of the giants.
He nods. He's like, "Yeah, I can point you to a person of such caliber." Let me just look at my Waterdeep map here. You would think some kind of an individual such as that would be of noble or highborn status, but in fact, you would find someone like that in the Field Ward to the north. And you know the Field Ward is like kind of like the slummy area. It's like an attachment to Waterdeep, an extension where a lot of the poor people live, a lot of slummy people live. He kind of directs you on a map of a particular individual that's scholars and giants. He says, goes by the name of Taris.
Excellent.
Don't go to him without a gift. Doesn't like outsiders.
Do you know what kind of gift he would be expecting from guests?
Monetary for the most part. He does live in the slums, so money's always good up there.
Interesting. Do you know what circumstances led to his current living situation, if he is a man of intelligence and whatnot?
Oh, you know how it is in the big city. You can come here with all the qualifications in the world, but not find any work. That's what happens when you immigrate.
Lastly, I was wondering if you could tell me the location of two friends of mine within town. One of them is Balathor Balathanaki,
Balathor.
the tiefling warlock, a member of our order.
I know him. And he directs you to another spot within the dock ward itself.
And the second one, whose name I have forgotten. 1 second. Bildrath Onkerswift.
Look for the old Bildrath, that old folk, that old fart. I mean, yeah. I know him. Has to keep to himself these days. Not very adventurous as he used to be, from what I hear. Sea Ward, and he points to you on the map.
Still keeping an eye out for new recruits, I imagine, though.
He does his best. To be honest, I think he's spending more time in the tavern than recruiting. Age is getting to him, you know.
As it gets to us all eventually.
Anything else, friend?
No, I thank you for your time.
Well, I'll be here perched up like a pelican watching the folk and reporting back.
Yes, well, I'll leave you to it.
Very well. All right. And you leave him to it, and he goes back to just eyeballing people, sizing them up. Once in a while, just slips his hand into some coin purse and steals people's money. All right. What's your next plan of action, Lucius, as you take
So I would start heading towards wherever he had mentioned Balathor was.
Okay, the dock ward.
Yeah, but you can like back and forth a bit if you want.
Okay, so you head down the streets to the three. Who wants to go next? Anyone up? Liz? Wolverbane? Anakel? Rhogadar? Saya?
Am I still waiting for my thing to be ready?
Someone shout out.
Are we? We're in a kitchen. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are in a pastry shop, waiting for a couple hours. You're, some time has passed. You guys are just sitting around, just catching up on things. The two girls from behind the desk finally emerge from behind the counter from the kitchen. One girl is crying as her hands seem to be just on fire. The skin is looking very rough, peeling in some areas. It is clear that she had come into contact with this very, very hot pepper. The other girl's like, your cake's done. Please just take this and get out of here. You've like ruined all our utensils and our boss is gonna kill us. As he hands
Well,
it to
isn't that a great experiment, though?
Are you kidding me? I need this job because I need to get into the new fashionable, like the new fashion lines coming out for fall, and I can't afford to lose this job. So that's gonna be 5 gold pieces.
Yes, absolutely. I give her 5 gold pieces.
The one girl hands you the cake as the other one's in the corner crying. She's like dousing her hands in water, trying to just rid her skin of the fiery pepper juices that have seeped into her skin and probably into her bloodstream, making it its way to her heart.
Zaya, that's the most expensive cake I've ever seen.
I know. I feel like I'm a ripoff.
Yeah, you feel like he got ripped off.
But hey, it was
You're
worth
usually
it.
on top of this kind of thing. You usually whittle people down.
I know. But I mean, I don't know how much cake is worth. This cake, I know, is worth a lot.
Maybe you just felt really bad because the girl's skin was hanging off of her hand.
You think? Do I feel bad? Is this what it feels like?
Yeah, emotion.
I don't feel bad.
You don't feel a little
I
bit
feel
of guilt?
good. No, I'm happy I have my cake.
You know that little sinking pit feeling in the bottom of your stomach?
I mean, these girls are gonna get good advertising because their customers are gonna be really happy.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
You guys head outside. Rhogadar was making his way to the trades ward as well, but it's quite busy now that the raid has subsided. It's kind of on a different area. What do you guys want to do with that?
Does it look like there's a shop of like whatever kind of junk that the guy seems to be easy to bargain with?
I mean, what kind of shop are you looking for?
The shop to sell some of the crap they have, like
Yeah. I mean, there's all
random
sorts of there's like
streets.
antique shops. There's just like junk shops. Yeah, all, you find whatever you need in Tradesward.
Okay.
If you want to sell
So-
all your statue, like all your little trinkets and things like that.
Well, yeah, but I'm curious to see like how much they're ready to offer me for, basically.
Okay.
That's all the crap that I picked up from. Well, I don't remember what it was from, but I have the list of it.
Okay. Just kind of like tally up your like the total cost of it all, and then we'll do some persuasion checks.
What do you want me? You want me to say what stuff
I mean, you're just gonna you're planning to sell it all, right?
Well, we're talking about the wooden statue, the hat, the
Yeah,
food.
like the things you want to sell.
Yeah.
You can find pretty much anyone in the trades world that would buy these sort of things. You know, bouncing between stores and shops. So just to fast track it, kind of tally up your total cost of gold that you're planning to sell for.
What I'm like
He
that.
doesn't know,
Gold
he
that I
doesn't know
want.
what anything's valued. Like I
Oh,
look
what
at this stuff too, but I don't know what the value is.
I gave you the
Like-
values. Oh my god.
No, you didn't.
I would have written it down. You said amber gem, you said garnet gem, but there's no value to it.
Oh jeez.
I was gonna ask how much they're
Okay,
worth.
how about another time we give me all your list of all the things another time.
Yeah, but we're never in pounds.
Okay, let's do it right now.
No, it's fine.
what are-
fine,
what's the
it's
list of
fine.
things you want to
I'm
sell?
just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I mean, are we staying more time?
Oh, okay. I have a black pendant
Mhm.
worth 700 gold, but is
That's-
that the one?
That's the one that's Sealang's.
And who ended up with that after?
I have that.
Back? You have that. That's worth Zaya. That's worth 700 gold.
But that's magic, right?
Sell it. It was magic to open the box. I don't know if there's anything else. Can you check?
Do I feel like there's an arcane prison coming from Zilliang's necklace?
Nah, it seems to be like a nice fancy black pearl necklace.
Oh. But there is magical prison coming from the wraps.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. But I'm also looking to sell the flower pot. It's a
Uh,
flower pot carved from jade with images of green dragon.
And you got that from
You don't think that's magic?
you got that
Um,
from
That was from a pile of shit that wasn't magic.
Groodhog, right?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Also, if you're checking, I have an amber gem and 2 garnet gems.
Can you also check for the life-size wooden statue of a grinning halfling smoking a golden pipe? And the wooden puppet theater?
All right, stand by.
Or you can just make it up on the top of your head.
Like a lot of money. Sorry. So, me and Wolverine are on the street looking into the bag of holding. I'm like showing you the stuff that I'm curious to know if I can sell, basically.
What do I see if I look into a bag of holding?
Nothing! Look!
And then you reach your hand in, does it disappear into blackness, or does something appear in your hands?
I guess something would appear in my hand.
It's so
Oh! There it is. Oh! Look at the little wooden statue of a grinning halfling smoking a golden pipe. Oh, isn't it cute?
magical. Isn't that an heirloom or something? Wouldn't you want to keep that?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so don't sell it.
Okay. What
All
about
right,
this
so-
vase?
Okay, so I don't know where it is, but when I pasted you all the things that you did get, it included the pricing of all
Oh.
everything was worth. So since you guys didn't write it down, we're gonna just give me a list of all the things you want to sell next time, and we'll say that in retrospect you sold it all, and we'll do
Okay,
a
but
check to
maybe
see.
I don't want to sell them all though.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Oh,
Enough with this selling shit. Anything else you want to do?
I want to find Rhogadar now. Or head. Wolverine, you want to head to see if we can catch those giants coming to Earth?
Well, shouldn't we meet up with everyone first and go together?
Well, we don't know where everyone is. Should we just go back to the Yawning Portal and hope for them
Yeah,
to come back?
I figured. Did we set a meeting time back at Yawning Portal?
But that was like for nighttime.
I think we
Yeah,
all
like,
wanted
we
to
could at
go
least,
to the castle ward to watch the giants.
We can
right?
at least go get Luna.
Sure.
If she's feeling any better, she can come with us.
Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye out on our way, just in case I see Rhogadar.
All right, make a perception check. You catch a few glimpses of a couple of dragonborns here and there, but none of them are
Not much.
copper dragonborn. All right, so you guys head back to the Yawning Portal?
Sure.
Why is this all? Okay. Anyways, so you guys head back to the Yawning Portal on your way back. Rhogadar is off to his thing. Anakel, do you want to do anything in the City of the Dead?
No, I just in my meditation, I realized pulling this quarterstaff that I actually now can actually hit people twice. I was like, why don't we hit people only once with this thing? There's two sides of this thing. I can hit them twice. Meta-wise, I realized I didn't do 2 attacks per turn.
Really?
Yeah,
This whole time you've been holding.
attack this whole time.
So on top of like using key points to punch things, you've failed to
I've been
double
miss-
attack.
Yeah, so it was actually the long con. So you would give me a gift. Since I don't have an earpiece, I'm just like, I can either meet them back at the Yawning Portal or head my way to the Castle Ward and just check out this giant thing, assuming everyone's going to be there. So I make my way to the Castle Ward.
Okay, yeah, and you're starting to see crowds or sense crowds filling up the streets in the anticipation of some sort of procession line coming down the streets.
I joined at the front of the line as a disabled person and hope they'll let me bypass everybody and just get front row.
Yeah. So like,
I have to hear. I can't see. Look, can I get to the front so I can just hear? I've never heard a cloud giant before.
You get out your little blue pass with the wheelchair on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crowd's
the-
split. They're like,
Yeah,
they just assume you're passing through. You're not gonna actually get to stay. Like, oh yeah, go, yeah, just go through. Watch your step.
Alright,
But
I
people have
find my way to
seen
the very front.
you get a front row, like you're on like there's like a staircase that goes up to like upper buildings. You get like a front row seats on the staircase right along the main road. It is so choice that people are beginning
perfect.
to.
I pull out a bowl and I hold it as well. And just sit there. that's amazing.
As people start to crowd around you, people are starting to ask other people. Like, they're starting to pay people for like their seats. Like they're over there. This is a big event, and you're sitting there with one of the best seats in the house. All right, Wolverbane or Lucius.
Okay, so by now I've probably arrived at Balathor's place.
Yeah.
So I knock on the door.
It's a pretty sizable wooden structure in the dock ward. You hear a voice just say, "We're open."
I open up and go in.
It's a somewhat gloomy looking area. Bookshelves everywhere, a lot of books and research papers, but everything's placed neatly. It's not ramshackled or messy. Balathor, as you're familiar with, is quite organized, but a researcher of the arcane, and so a consultant of sorts.
Do I see Balathor?
Yeah, you see him behind a large black wooden desk, just working on some papers.
I say, Balathor, old friend, do you have some time for a quick conversation?
He looks up and says, "Lucius, oh, it's been a while. A few months? 3, perhaps?
At least that much, yes.
That brings you back to Waterdeep."
Well, it's interesting, actually. My latest assignment has me traveling all over these lands. I am hunting down information regarding the giant uprising.
Yes. Lots of information gone about that. What's that crazy time we live in?
Yes, and along that note, I actually had some questions of an arcane nature
it up,
to ask you.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
You heard about the cloud giant attack on the small settlement of Nightstone?
I have. And I've heard what you've done there as well. Excellent work.
Yes, well, I appreciate that, but what I'm here to ask about is the Nightstone itself. We know very little about it. Something to do with ancient giant runes, communication. I take out the earpiece in my ear,
Yep.
and I kind of hand it over to him to show him. I say, this very earpiece was made from the remains of the stone. Allows me to communicate with my traveling companions. However, the main obelisk was taken by the cloud giants which attacked the town, and I am curious to know if you might have any idea why.
He gets up out of his chair and starts to go through a bunch of books. Says, teleportation or telekinesis magic. Interesting. It's set on an obelisk, and you said runes, giant runes.
Yes, that is correct.
He kind of goes through some books and papers and takes about 20 minutes. You guys are just discussing old times as he begins to research and look through some information. Eventually, he kind of sits back. I'm not too sure, but the best I can gather is perhaps they're trying to reverse engineer this obelisk. Giants are known for their craftsmanship and their artifacts of old. I can only presume that perhaps they're trying to maybe use this Nightstone as some sort of location device, a way to point them to other Nightstones or monoliths or of similar nature. Maybe they're trying to locate something.
Interesting. So you think that they might be using the Nightstone to locate where other such artifacts are?
That's what I can gather from this. I mean, it seems like a reverse engineered way of using telekinesis, but it kind of goes through the research that he's looked through, kind of supports his theory. That's kind of the conclusion he comes to. But yeah.
Do you know anything of other magic or other sort of common artifacts that the giants, particularly those in higher tiers of the Ordning, might use on a regular basis?
In terms of artifacts or just their magical abilities?
Both, if you have information on either.
I can't say much to the effect of their artifacts. Much like any adventurer, they possess all sorts of crazy knickknacks, but the giants themselves are magically imbued for the most parts. That is only cloud giants and storm giants, that is. The rest of their kinds don't possess any innate magical properties. Let me see here. Beginning with the storm giants. They have the ability to control the weather in their favor. They can obviously breathe underwater. But they also possess the ability of lightning. They can hurl lightning bolts at their foes at large distances and create thunderous stomps that just shatter everything around them. That tends to be their sort of the extent of their magical properties, lightning and thunder. Cloud giants, on the other hand, cloud giants again have the ability to control the weather. I suppose you've noticed outside it stopped raining. You can sense the magical properties in the air. The cloud giants are preparing for their show of display, a display of force rather. But they also possess the ability to create wind auras, large areas of just intense wind.
While we're on the topic, do you know much of Count Nimbolo?
Can't say I do. I'm not a one to study the giant's life and their hierarchy and their politics and those sort of things. I only know them for their arcane abilities.
Thank you for the information you have imparted.
How is your pact doing?
Yes, it is as though you've read my mind. I kind of look for a place to sit down. Is there like a chair around or something?
Yeah, there's a few chairs because he does do some consulting. You pull one up to the desk.
I sit down and let out kind of a long sigh.
Time for a heart-to-heart.
And I say, to be honest, Balathor, I've been having concerns lately. Concerns about Asmodeus. Tell me, does your Fiend Pact ever talk to you? Communicate with you?
He sits back and says, not really, no. And to be honest, I kind of prefer it that way. However, I do commune with it from time to time when I require further assistance. Extra power, if you know what I mean. Do you?
You see, I have observed and watched you in your work and in your spell casting in the past, and it has always seemed to me as though you have control over the being which grants you power. That at the very least you coexist in a way as equals. Whereas I know that Asmodeus's power is far beyond anything that I could ever hope to dominate over. And yet I have no idea why he agreed to create a pact with me. And it scares me a little bit, not knowing what it is he wants from me, why he would have chosen to lend me his power.
You chose a pact fiend that's much more powerful than mine. I can control. I have a mutual understanding with my fiends, but someone like Asmodeus, I think you went a little bit ambitious, my friends.
Yes, well, I'm nothing if not ambitious.
However, you say that he doesn't speak to you. Perhaps have you tried speaking to him, calling for his aid?
There was once a time.
Did he help?
He did. But if I may make a confession, he scares me.
Well, you're right to be scared. A powerful fiend like himself is not one to be trifled with. And to be honest, and we both probably agree, he's chosen you so that he can use you. And what that may be, I have no idea. However, if you wish, stay with me for a while. Perhaps I can help you commune better with your pact fiends. Maybe learn how to call upon him for some aid, whether or not he replies or speaks to you directly. We'll find out. But I can help you maybe channel some of that fear into something more useful.
This is an offer that I am most intrigued by and would gladly accept. I am supposed to meet my companion shortly for the parade or tour of the city that Count Nimbolo is going on. Are you around later this day?
I'll be here. I don't plan to go see Nimbolo. Those shows of nobility and politics does not interest me. Come, visit me afterwards, and we can discuss furthering your powers.
I appreciate it, old friend, and I will be back to speak with you later.
Very well. Lucius, it was nice to see you again.
You as well. And then
All right.
I head out and head to the castle ward.
All right, so... And Rhogadar is back. Are you live, Rhogadar? Rhogadar heads back to the the Yawning Portal as well. At which point, all of you but Anakel are at the Yawning Portal. Luna, you're feeling a little bit better. You came back. You had a quick power nap, ate a little bit of foods, possibly threw up. But you're feeling better, and you see your friends now come in as you're sitting around the well. Your friends, minus Anakel, enter the Yawning Portal. As they stare at each other silently.
Oh, well, I'm sitting at a table having a drink. I'm assuming with
Okay.
Wolverbane.
So you guys come in, Wolverbane.
And I want to have a cake box on the table.
All right. At which point, Lucius, you come in as well, and you see Luna, Zaya, and Wolverbane sitting there with a curiously well-packaged box in the center of the table.
I'll approach, and the first thing I'll say is, I've acquired some information that may be of help to all of us in our quest.
Wolverbane says, "Information. Will it pay well? I need some more money."
Quite the opposite. I'm afraid we're going to have to pony up some money in order to make use of this resource.
I feel like all we do is pay money and never receive any.
All I hear here is that we're receiving money. I just want to know how we get there.
All right, Lucius, what do you got for us?
There is a man in the field ward named Terrace. He is apparently a scholar, well versed in the history of the giants. He is, however, a poor man and not so fond of outsiders. But I have it on good authority that if we were to bring him a financial donation, he might be willing to share some of his knowledge with us.
Wolverbane just downs another tankard and says, "Well, I mean, that seems like a better lead than anything else we've got. I mean, listen, I fought a green giant. I mean, wow, intelligence 6, a green dragon. Let me tell you, I would not look forward to talking to this old gnawbone."
I have strong beliefs that if he's poor, 3 gold can get us far, far, far in that conversation.
I agree. Poor people are over gold like crazy.
Yes, well, we can perhaps discuss the amount that we shall offer him once we are on the way there. For now, we should probably ready ourselves to watch the tour, if that is our intention.
Yeah, Rhogadar.
Wait, Rhogadar's putting his headphones. Hold on. There, Rhogadar's back.
Are you available to play? Are you still AFK, Rogue?
Yeah, I'm still AFK.
Okay. Rhogadar, he heads towards the Yawning Portal, at which point he just kind of looks at the Yawning Portal and says, "My friends are probably dead in the castle ward." Takes a right down the street and heads down the castle ward. And
Or I'd go and check out the training ground.
as he heads towards the training grounds, where the soldiers are training over in the castle ward, doesn't take long to find it, where he somehow weasels his way into partaking in their training. Although the crowds are getting more dense around here, as people are trying to fill the streets, anticipating the procession of Count Nimbolo. So Luna, Wolverbane, and Zaya, Lucius.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my nice box on my bed.
Okay. So you quickly head upstairs, kind of put the box under the bed, just in case Rhogadar is staying here. Then you come back downstairs. Wolverbane says, "All right, well, I mean, shall we?"
Yeah, we shall.
All right. And you guys head on down towards the castle ward. Now the crowds are getting dense, so you got to push some crowds. People are standing up on statues and balconies and all sorts of. They're just crowding on monuments just to get a view of the road.
Test, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. As the real life players are all scattered everywhere, like just as a
There's like nobody here.
Like,
I'm
there's you and
listening.
I.
Rhogadar has to do some last minute work. Wolverbane disappeared for 5 minutes. Luna's cam died, and Akel died. All right. Well, you guys head towards the streets. Anyways, anything else you want to do on the way while we wait?
Can I just do a perception check on conversation going on? Just if they're talking about the giants in general.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even perceive it.
Oh.
Just the hustle and bustle of. It's clear that everyone's crowding the streets now to witness this spectacle, and they're talking about it. Some people are very supportive of this idea that creating some sort of bond with the giants as a mutual kind of understanding. There is also a large group of individuals who are clearly opposing having giants in their city. As you guys are setting up, you guys kind of press through and get settled in. You have a nice view of the street. You have no idea where Anakel is. But there's a particular individual. He looks a little heavy set, unshaven. His clothes look a little bit overworn. He just says, Y'all see this? Y'all see this craziness here in this town? They're letting our enemies into our lands. What? This is some crazy talk. If I had it my way, these giants wouldn't be setting foot in our free country. As he's kind of looking around and this perfect timing. This individual nudges Wolverbane and says, You big man, what do y'all think about this crazy talk? Letting in giants into our gates. So close to our families and our friends. They are the enemy. They are an abomination to this country. As you guys now kind of situate yourselves onto the road.
Honestly, I don't think I've really been paying attention.
It's folks like you that don't want to make a difference that's causing this great city of ours to go down into the ditches. And he spits. He turns to Luna and says, "You, elven
Me?
woman.
Yes, what?
What's your take on this filth in our city?"
Oh, nothing. I'm
nothing?
just here to watch the
I
giants.
want to walk up to this guy, and I want to take off my hood, and just kind of stand in front of him, kind of like intimidatingly.
All right. As he's kind of.
Can I play some little music that's like to inspire Lucius at this moment?
Yeah. Okay. You play like the axe murdering sound effects as this individual. He's kind of like getting glances from the crowd around him. Some people are almost looking like they're supporting what he's saying. That Lucius kind of walks up and you stand right in front of him, Lucius, and he kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, they let your kind in here in the city as well?"
I say, you're going to want to walk away now, friend.
Oh, is that so? Lady Silverhand has done nothing but trouble for our city. I think it's time for a change in authority. We need to change our masked lord of Waterdeep. She's letting our enemies into our city. They're scouting our defenses and our weaknesses. We gotta make Waterdeep great again. You want to make an intimidation check, Lucius?
Plus your D8, don't forget.
As his eyes in the background just.
So is this guy
17.
human?
Yeah, he's like a really unkept human.
And he's been spouting racist stuff against
Against giants.
against giants.
Yeah.
And dark elves, apparently.
Dark elves, yeah. He said. So he kind of stutters over his words a bit, Lucius, and says, "Look, friend, I'm not looking for any trouble around here. It's not the Waterdeep way."
Walk
If you claim that
away
he's
and
not
there
racist.
won't be any trouble.
Look, friend, I'm not racist, but
Look, I'm not racist, but Y'all need to
Do
do
not finish that sentence.
something. Kind of looks at you,
Just
Lucius, and starts to
Walk
kind of walk away.
away.
And as he walks away, he just starts shouting, "If y'all want to do something about this problem, these aliens in our city, perhaps we all should join the Mountain Crashers, do some good around here, instead of gawking at our enemies and joining in on this farce." As he walks off stomping, and you see a couple of people follow him almost.
How
taken,
many?
5 or 6, kind of push the crowd, taken by his words, almost seeming like they want to inquire about what they can do to stop this show of.
I'm so tempted
That's
right now.
Is he out of reach?
I mean, he's walking past you, Wolverine, at this point.
I grab him by the shirt
Blah!
collar. What
Now
do you know
what?
about the Mountain Crashers?
What do you mean what I know about Mountain Crashers? Mountain Crashers have set up in the Sea Ward. They've been banned from this parade of these giants. The city guard won't let them near. But they protesting it. They don't want no giants in our city. They want to stop the giants. They're ruining all our towns and all our cities, killing our wives and our children. Listen, man, if you want to help, I would go see them in the Sea Ward. They can do something big and strong like you. Stop these giants in their tracks.
I don't think I'm the kind that they're looking to recruit.
They want anyone or everybody.
Have
In fact,
you been there?
I've seen it. I'm thinking about joining myself. I'm just trying to get in more shape, you know. But they have a whole recruitment center going on there. You can go there. You can join up, get some information. I hear they even give you free armor and weapons to help you start your journey. You can sign up, find a group of other like-minded individuals, join them on the quest to go slay some giants. I hear they're paying for giant heads too, as proof.
Who was in charge when you were there?
I don't know. I don't know much about it. I went there, I picked up a pamphlet or two. They've got all sorts of individuals just there to help out, trying to do what's good.
There was no single leader. There was no person speaking for the guild.
Not that I could see. But they seem like a very good, educated group of people.
And you seem like one of those types as well.
Well, thanks, fella. Not like that older one over there, he points to Lucius. People like him are trouble.
That one is trouble, and you best not say anything after that.
He spits on the ground and says, well, perhaps I'll see you over there in the Sea Ward. Signing up. You and I can go knock some giant heads off, what'd you say?
Time for you to leave.
Kind of gives you a weird look and says, I'm on my way, friend. And walks through, just continues shouting random banter about giants being bad. At which point, the crowds are starting to press in. You hear off to the distance kind of a wave of sound as people are awing and oohing and gawking, and it kind of reaches you as you look down the streets at what appears to be a large procession.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
I
put
can
my
see,
hood
right?
back on at this point.
Okay. Zaya, you've all kind of found ways to climb up and weasel away to good locations. You see, well, Anakel, you could feel you could feel just the procession. It's led by a large procession of Waterdeep cavalry, mounted cavalry, followed by the city guard and the city watch. They're all marching, and they have the banners of Waterdeep mixed in with the banner that you noticed on the Cloud Castle itself.
We should
Following,
probably
Are there any
say
tall-
cavalry from now on.
sorry.
It's cavalry, not Calvary. Calvary is
Listen,
where
man,
Jesus was crucified.
My water's empty. I'm losing my voice. Just bear with me, all right?
Me too.
Listen, all these people have weird voices. All right.
Do you actually need
Cavalry.
water?
Yeah, I need some water. Mounted cavalry. Anyways, preceding them, or following them rather, you see these large giants, wispy beards and wispy hair that look to be Cloud. made of clouds, similar to those of you that are familiar with Zephyros. They carry themselves with a high posture, with a sort of nobility. The counts, they're adorned in these white robes. Oh, why? Thank you very much, Zaya. They're they're wearing these grandiose robes, white robes that are trimmed with gold and purple. The banners that you see being in the air are of the sigil of this cloud family, and the sigil is a gold face mask surrounded by clouds on a purple tapestry. Count Nimbolo, it's clear who Count Nimbolo is. He's got this long beard and his thick robes. Next to him is his wife, the Countess Malara. That means it's time to take a drink.
Can I do? Are they? How far away are they from us?
They're way down the street. You can barely you can see their heads poking up because they're
Oh,
tall.
okay.
You see Count Malara. She has a similar cut of clothing, but she holds in her hand a long stick with a large mask on it, and she covers her face with it. As she keeps her head high and looks down upon the small folk. She has kind of this air of arrogance to her. Jutting about the streets and whatnot, you spot shorter giants, children of the count and the countess.
Are they cute?
As you kind of walk down, you get a view of them. Yeah, they're quite cute. They're cute little individuals of cloud giant stature. They run between the crowds. They talk to bystanders. People seem to be enjoying their presence. They're joking. They're trying different foods people are handing them. They're just running around. They're having a great time.
The giants and the people, or
Well, the countess
People.
looks like she's just is all show. The count Nimbolo seems to be talking to an individual. It's on a raised pedestal. Like these guards are holding this person up on a high platform to communicate. They're talking clearly about the city. They're doing like a tour, explaining the different large infrastructures and the castle and the library and the courtroom, and just kind of going through the different historical points of Waterdeep.
How far away are they from us?
You can see they're about 100 feet down, and they're heading towards your.
Is there like a higher up spot that we can go to?
Yeah, you can try to find one. The crowds have. It almost seems like the whole city is here. So any inch of land has already been taken up, unless you want to try to find something that's obscure or higher up.
Maybe in a bit. Let's keep going.
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to find like a building that's got like a balcony or something.
Okay, make a perception check.
$19.
You kind of spot across the street is a large a building that has balconies inset into it. Obviously, there's one particular balcony that doesn't seem to be used. It's about 4 stories high, up in the air. You kind of a quick look, and you've gathered that if you jump to that crate and hung off that pipe and scaled the wall a bit and jumped here and there, you could probably make your way to the top and get to that balcony if you're quick enough. and
Could I
fast
take
enough.
Cinder too?
Cinder doesn't seem like he could make that climb.
Doesn't?
No.
Okay,
pretty-
well then.
Quite precarious.
Okay, so maybe I'll just wait here for a bit then.
Okay. Anakel, they go past you. You can just
How's my bucket, my alms bowl?
let's see. Once in a while you hear a random clink into your bowl as passerbyers are just, they're feeling quite generous today. They're just tossing coins into your cup. You feel around.
I'm gonna donate it. Don't worry.
Being blind, however, you can't distinguish copper from silver to golds. You can
taste
feel
them.
around. Yeah, you start tasting them.
Ew.
A lot of it tastes dirty and has that really
You just
metal
smell
taste.
it.
You gather you have
I'm gonna
about
catch something like that.
you've made about 2 silver pieces total. Until one individual says he's about to give money and says, "Hey, that seems like a very fancy staff you got there for a poor person."
I'm not poor. I'm just disabled. I can't work. I can't earn a living. It doesn't. I mean, this is my living, but I do pretty well off. 8 hours a day, sometimes 10. Work weekends. I work harder than you do.
The trickers say you didn't buy it. It was a gift.
And besides, it was a
Yes.
gift. I think it was passed on generation to generation.
He's kind of stumbles for words and says, "That's a fair point. Okay, here you go, friend," and just tosses in a couple silver. Anything else you want to do as it passes you, Anakel?
Yeah, I want to start following them. Is there like a crowd behind them that's following me?
No, it's no one follows. Like behind them is another large procession of guards. They're trying to keep people away. Like there's no following these people.
I get up and I walk into the procession.
Alright. You walk
But
in-
like I'm acting blind, so I have my staff in 2 hands, sort of like tapping the floor.
yeah, there's a bunch of the city guard march behinds, portray the banners.
I
You
wasted
kind
an
of,
opportune moment.
Should I grab him,
walking-
guys? Should I grab him? I look
you don't know
around.
where Anakel is. You guys don't know where he is.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
No, he's off to the
I-
side. Flex.
I'm doing this for 2 reasons. Well, first of all, I'm going to wait till like the opportune moment so I can get to the giant. So I just want to like introduce myself, but also because I know everyone's around here somewhere, and I don't know where they are, so it's the best way for them to find me.
All right, so
Do
Make
we
a,
see
uh,
him?
no, like he's kind of further down. He had set up perch before you guys got there. Make a dexterity check. See how well you managed to merge into the group.
20.
All right. You sense in your mind, you can almost see their footsteps. The footfalls hitting the ground. You follow the rhythm in your mind, and you just fall through, and you kind of just slip right between this marching group of Waterdeep soldiers. They look at you and say, "Whoa, friends! You're not supposed to be in here. Back, civilian."
Sorry, what did you say? I just keep walking at a brisk pace towards the giants.
All right. You hear them start, like, the guards are starting to, "Whoa, we got a blind guy! Someone stop him! Oh, he doesn't know where he's going! Oh, he's gonna ruin everything! Oh, the lady in silver hand's gonna have our heads if we let him past!" But no one really wants to kind of, like, touch you. It's that awkward moment where you don't want to interfere with a blind person. You're not sure if it's right or politically correct.
Yeah.
But they don't want to stop the procession, like, this is an important thing. So you manage to dodge your way through into kind of the opening that surrounds, where the guards break open and surround where the count and countess are, and you now have a good sense of where the children are as well.
Oh, do they see me?
Yeah, so one of the kids runs up to you. It says, "Whoa, you don't look like a guard. Where did you come from?"
Oh, my name's Anakel. What's your name?
"Oh, the name's Hellas." What are you? What are you, Anakel?
I'm a human. I don't understand. What are you?
I'm a cloud giant.
I know. If I know he's Cloud Giant, I know he's Cloud Giant, right? I just-
Yeah, you have this.
Okay.
You can.
Cloud Giant. Whoa, cool. I heard you guys were visiting. Are you here alone? Are you just wandering the streets?
At which point the procession has stopped for the tour guide to give kind of a more description of the area. So the guards had all stopped. You can see, or you can sense, there's guards almost trying to get an angle or try to get a situation on how to get you out of there. But since you're conversing with the Cloud Giants, it's like they don't want to interrupt. It's going to be weird. Sorry, what was the question you asked?
I'm just I'm on my way down the street, but I could use a friend. You need someone to accompany you, or are you here alone?
No, I've got my brother and sister here with me, and you can see, and he kind of shouts, "Iman, Mios!" And Iman and Mios come running over, and they're like, "Ooh, like they haven't really, they've been kind of going around the crowds and talking to people, but they didn't really see one up close. "Oh wow, is he a human? And the little Mio says, "Why does he have a thing over his face? He wears a mask just like us."
Ah, yes, but I wear it because I'm blind. I can't see.
At which point, the rest of you guys have seen the procession stop, and you see a little bit of commotion. You see guards are starting to rush, kind of make a formation, but not getting close to the giants themselves.
If I'm a couple heads taller than everybody,
Yeah.
do I get a better advantage?
Oh yeah. All you see is the kids talking to somebody, and that somebody is just Anakel. Anakel is in the middle of the procession.
Don't. Let me have this.
Anakel is in the middle of the group, the giants. He's just like standing there, and all the guards are coming. What do we do?
I look at Lucius. I just want to see what he's gonna do.
I just shrug. Say, well, if he's gotten himself into this mess, he can get himself out.
So we just act as if we don't know him, Lucius?
Seems a fair plan to me.
At which point, the count.
Does he look like he's in trouble?
No, it looks like he's having a good time. He's got a smile on his face. The kids seem to be, talking to him. The guards look like they're in trouble. Like they look stressed that they've somehow let a civilian through. Have breached their lines. At which point, the counts and the countess have noticed you, Anakel. They turn around, and are looking at you. The tour guy says, "Sorry, we apologize. There weren't supposed to be any civilians here. We'll get rid of him right away." The count says, No, it's okay. My children seem to be enjoying his presence. Let him stay. Continue on with your history lesson. The countess, she kind of lowers her mask a little bit to look at you, Anakel. She's got this really stern look. She kind of scowls at you and says, "Our children are going to need a bath after this."
I pretend I didn't hear that.
You're like a pet.
Anyone hears that? Just Anakel?
Just Anakel. There's too much commotion in the crowds. People cheering, people yelling, people talking. From what you guys hear, it's hard to even hear what they're talking about.
Does he look dirty?
Anakel? No, he looks normal. Bandaged. He looks fancy with his new dragon staff.
Okay.
So I'm playing the buying card. So I go to the kids. I'm like, wow, I've never been in a parade before. I'm glad I can join you. This is gonna be fun. But I'm trying to make mental note if I can sense the rest of the party anywhere.
The crowds are immense.
Okay.
To find them would be impossible with your senses. There's too much movement.
I tap my earpiece. Anakel, what are you doing?
I don't
He
have an
doesn't have an
earpiece.
earpiece.
I'm doing
And I
this so he
try,
doesn't.
and I try it again. Anakel, what are you doing?
I don't think
Am I
he can
standing
hear
next to
you,
him?
Wolverbane.
Why not?
guys
Yeah,
are
okay.
together.
He doesn't have one of these.
We didn't give him one of these?
Nope.
We only
Who's
have
with
so
us
many.
then?
Wolverine.
So as they're kind of doing the thing, Anakel's now.
Sorry, you just cut out.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to do during this
Oh
parade?
no! Well, I want to basically join the kids and sort of like we're doing the parade thing, waving. But I'm trying to make some sort of signal to whoever's out there watching me, if they could see me, just like, come follow me, like come.
Yeah, you
'Cause
do
I'm
the.
trying to get in good books with this giant, basically. It's fun.
You're just kind of like doing this awkward
Yeah.
wave. Iman says, "That's a funny wave. Is that how you guys wave here in Waterdeep?" And the kids start doing it. They're just like, "Look at us, woo!" And they're like running around, waving at people like this.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
it. I heard that's how the queen waves.
And you guys now see Anakel walking around like doing this, and the kids are now frantically running around doing this. The procession seems to be starting up again. The mounted cavalry.
You got it.
Yeah, cavalry, you got it.
Cavalry, begin to march, and there's some serious dirty looks at Anakel. The count seems to be enjoying himself. Countess, not so much. The procession begins to proceed as Anakel is now part of the group, just kind of doing his awkward wave, and so are the
I want to
children.
eventually, like, not right now, like while we're going through, I want to eventually start asking some questions to kids, because kids will never lie to you or
Yes.
hide anything from you.
While you guys are seeing this, see Anakel. What do you guys do?
Um, nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the procession.
All right. The procession continues past you guys. You guys can now get a perfect view of Anakel, who's
Can I try to follow though? Like to stick, like
like you can
Follow
follow the
along?
crowd. Yeah. It's not a
I want
problem
to
at
do
all.
that.
You know, you're familiar enough with Anakel, even though you can't see his eyes. You know how to read his lower half of his face. You can just sense there's like pure terror. Like, what have I done? What have I got myself into? You guys need to get here. Help me. Help me. I'm gonna die. Help me. But as he walks by, you guys watch him go, and Zaya, you follow. You try to do your best to follow.
Yeah.
Continue on the street towards town.
Oh my goodness, Wes, turn off your mic.
Wait, I hear trumpets.
As one of the trumpeteers chokes, he's like choking into his trumpet, and it sounds like he's blowing his nose. The procession passes you. So you, Anakel, you're still part of it. What do you want
I
to
don't know what
ask?
you're talking about.
We're talking
so I
about your
turned to the kid-
trumpet.
I turn to the kids. I'm like, so, Cloud Giant Castle, huh? How is that flying around?
Oh, we use powerful magical orbs to control it.
Oh, yeah,
Orbs of
it's just,
levitation.
and it's just you guys came, just one castle, or you got friends?
No, just it's our castle with our parents and our guards.
Cool. Why are you visiting Waterdeep? There's so many other places you could go to.
At which point, Mios has the youngest one. Mios runs off. He's kind of lost interest in this whole idea, and just runs around. Iman just kind of walks around, just kind of looks like he's getting tired. So Hila says, "Well, my parents are cartographers. They like to map out the lands of old Astoria. They say
Oh, that makes sense.
that's ancient relics and artifacts and battlegrounds of the old ages still exist, and so they like to they're scholars of these sort of things and like to map the lands. This city, isn't it? It's your biggest city in Faerun, no?
Yeah. My first time here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought everyone lives in Waterdeep.
No, I come from
Looks
way
like
out east.
Wow.
Quick question. Do you know your house sigil? Do you know any other sigils?
No, of course. We have to study them all.
What about the one that is a black banner with a red crescent dragon being stabbed by a giant?
Giant.
Oh, yeah. Now that you finished the whole sigil, that makes sense. Yeah, I know that one. It kind of he looks down to the ground like it made him feel a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I know it. We have to learn all the sigils, all of different houses. So they say that Waterdeep's built upon an old dragon settlement that was destroyed many years ago. Is that true? Have you seen any dragons here?
No, we've met 2 dragons though.
Whoa!
But I've never seen a dragon getting stabbed by a giant before. What house is that called?
Oh, yeah, that belongs to Cardinal Keep.
Cardinal Keep?
Cardinal Keep, yeah. I mean, we don't
You seem
really
scared.
talk about them too much.
Well, your secret's safe with me. I'm just a lowly human.
And you're blind, so it's not like you can do much.
No. Tell me your worst secret about them. I like
Well,
secret.
I
I'll
mean,
tell you a
it's-
secret too.
Okay, but I mean, it's not so much a secret. It's pretty common knowledge if you did some studying.
Well, I can't study. I'm blind.
That's true. It must be hard not to know things.
No.
Um,
So tell me, what is it about Cardinal Keep that's so scary?
It's, the leader of Cardinal Keep, his name is Guardian Stratonaris.
Is it cardinal?
Guardian Stratonaris. He's I don't want to say I don't want to talk ill about my my kind or anything or sin, but he doesn't seem to be too nice of a person. They're kind of weird. They. My mom says that they're a cult. I don't know what that means.
No, it just means they're different.
Yeah, they're different. Apparently, they seek to just rid the world of all its beauty. Like all this crazy stuff I've seen that small folk have created. They want to destroy those kind of things and bring back old Astoria. But that doesn't seem right.
No, why would we do all that effort of building it up in the first place?
I mean,
Man, I feel like we're leveling here.
Yeah,
We're on,
it's great to study the old ways and our old ancient kingdoms, but I mean, they fell before a reason, right? Anyways,
one last question: where would we find this castle? Or how do you clan giants know where all the other castles are at any point?
well, we don't really know. I mean, send messages, I guess. I mean, we don't have any way of really detecting the locations of other castles. I think my uncle might have had a way. He's pretty crazy. He had all sorts of weird things.
Who's your uncle, and how can we find him?
I think he left. Last I heard, he was going to the Moonshade Isles. His name is Zephyros.
Oh, I don't know Zephyros. Well, I've heard of Zephyros.
I don't know Zephyros.
I think my friends know him. Okay, well, and then yeah, that's great. Let's continue on, and we just start waving.
All right. As the procession continues on, it kind of pushes in through around the castle ward, making various stops. Do you guys want to do anything else as the procession comes to a close?
Are they heading towards something?
No, they're just kind of making a loop around the city, making their way around.
How did they get down from the castle?
So you guys kind of have this knowledge that cloud giants can cast fly. They fly up and down. They fly up and down towards the castle.
Okay.
So
Beam me up, Scotty.
the open lord is there giving the tour.
No, it's not Lady Silverhand.
Oh, okay. So it's
just a tour guy, like a representative of the city.
Okay, and are there any other important Waterdavians kind of in attendance? Like specifically in the procession?
Not in the procession, no. But logic would suggest that there are a lot of high-born individuals and important individuals watching the procession from
right
key locations.
But nobody kind of like also helping out with the tour or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Then there's nothing I want to do then.
So, was there anything you want to do while you're following them?
Are we supposed to be talking to these?
Well, like I think Zaya finds it boring, so I'm just gonna head back.
Okay.
Certainly not in the middle of the procession, Wolverbane.
Well, how else are we going to find them? They go back up to the castle, right?
It's not very hard to find the cloud castle floating in the sky.
Laputa.
But first, we're going to have to arrange an audience with them.
How?
Maybe we can use Anakel. He seems to be friends with the kids.
That is an excellent question. How
You
indeed?
should have thrown your earpiece to me. I just thought I might say. I should have been like,
Is there, as the procession is going on and we're kind of like moving with it, is there any opportunity that we're kind of close to him and can reach out and grab Anakel? Or like whisper to, or like shout to him or something?
I mean, you had pretty good spots. As soon as you move from those spots, you don't have a good location that you're like. Everything is full. The streets are full. So once you move out of that spot, you can't get into like street.
How
arms length
about-
of the street? It's too
How
crowded.
about if we try to like head towards like the end of like the circuit, and we try to like make a little show
Oh, wait,
to impress
Rhogadar.
them?
Rhogadar he's at a trading camp. He is not even there.
He's never... Perfect. Of course.
He's off fighting with some guards and training on.
We could have used coils.
And enjoying fighting with the guards.
All right. is that all the information you want to get from Aniko? Anything else you want to ask before?
I know I probably should be asking something, but I don't off the top of my head. I can't.
No, don't meta this. Don't meta this. All right, so at some point you guys try to follow the crowd.
Oh, sorry. I do one thing. I asked the kid, like, where are you guys headed? And do you think I can join you for dinner? I've never been part of a big party. No one's ever invited me to anything. Nice.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta ask my father. I don't think we're supposed to have small folk in our castle.
Oh, well, maybe I'll talk to your father at the end of this. Yeah.
I think we're having a feast at the Castle Waterdeep though tonight. So, are you noble? Maybe they'll let you in.
Sure.
Oh, then maybe I'll see you there.
Okay, cool, man. I feel like we're friends now. I feel like I made a friend.
Hey, you're my first human friend. Or are you an elf? I can't see your ears. How do you hear with the bandage over your head? What happened to your head?
And I tell him the story. I don't want to.
Okay, so the procession comes to an end. At which point, you guys have lost. Like, you're trying to take the back streets to catch up, but the crowds are so pressed in that you've basically lost any angle to get close. And the clouds. And by the time you get to the, follow the crowds, it seems that the procession has dispersed.
Like dispersed, like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, like the crowds are starting to break up. The guards are starting to usher people, like trying to get the flow of traffic going again, get people sorted, getting out of there. You know how when you leave a theme park, it's just ram packed with people getting out. Same idea. Now the guards are setting up kind of checkpoints and trying to get people through these chokeholds. It's a crowded mess. Eventually,
I'm waiting to hear from Aniko.
Eventually, you somehow find Anakel, wandering the streets aimlessly, trying to find you guys.
Oh, I didn't get to talk to them.
Oh, do you want?
My goal is to like talk to the cloud giants.
Okay. So yeah, so the as a procession ends,
to the very end, yeah.
Yeah. They ended up at Castle. I'll say they ended up at Castle Waterdeep. We'll say it was over here. At which point, the guards all spread out. They push all the civilians back.
Sorry, guys. I have to pick up this.
Okay. Well, I said that the story focus, whoever's on the story focus right now, always has to do something. All right, so you guys lose Anakel. It's clear that Anakel's not around. There's something else you want to do.
I really want him to tell us what he heard, because that's stuff I want to do.
He definitely.
Let's why don't we just head back to the Yawning Portal,
The Dawning
Yeah.
Portal.
and wait for him. Get a bite to eat. He'll probably wander back. Wait for Rhogadar.
Solid plan.
Yeah, I walk back.
Oh, there's something time sensitive that I want to do, but okay, all right, yeah, let's go back to the Yawning Portal.
All right, you guys head back to the Yawning Portal, the four of you. We need Anakel here.
In the meantime, let's try out these cool Dream and Delve headsets.
I mean, if Rhogadar was at least there, we could do like my part,
Rhogadar is too busy training.
Rhogadar, are you coming back to the Yawning Portal sometime?
Is that set over the earpiece?
Yeah.
My hands are currently occupied. I can't respond to the earpiece.
Yeah, well, Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Fun stuff. All right.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna do something then while we wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take two of my empty vials, and I'm gonna go find water to fill them with.
All right. Yeah, you know, you ask the barmaid to just fill it with water, or
Yeah.
give you a cup of water, and you fill their vials with water.
Right. And then I'm gonna take some of my calligraphy kit
Okay.
and make a
Calligraphy.
very fancy little symbol of alchemy on it, and then write potion of master puddle on it.
All right, you make a label that says Ocean of Master Puddle
And then
On-
I want to find someone that looks very candid in the room.
inside the Yawning Portal.
Or like in the street, not far from there.
Ended.
Yeah, you go outside. You go outside and you find a pretty
Someone gullible?
yeah, pretty. You see a guy.
But
That's,
I want to put my Zorta wig too.
All right, you put your sort of wig on, and you find someone that looks like he's highly gullible. He's got just really thick glasses, like his eyeballs are really tiny.
Okay, so
Really
I'm
large,
gonna
rather.
act very sneaky, but I'm not sneaky. I'm acting sneaky.
Okay.
I'm performing sneaky.
All right, you approach this. You perform your sneakiness as you approach this socially awkward.
Yo, man,
Yes.
shh, don't be too loud.
I'm not being loud. What are you talking
Just
about?
Whisper. Whisper.
I'm whispering.
So-
I'm whispering.
I have
uh,
something so cool in my pocket. I thought you might be interested
okay.
in having it.
I suppose. I mean, yeah. I guess if
So,
you have
Listen,
something.
listen, this here.
Yeah.
Pull it out, and I do a like a minor illusion of like rain after rain smell.
All right, like that tar smell of the rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I say, "This, my friend, is a potion of master puddle.
A potion of mass puddle. I mean,
This is so useful, you know. Like this is
I
the
don't
most
understand.
useful thing."
Potion of mass puddle. I mean, what do you want me to do with this?
Don't
Thing.
you think it's like a really cool thing to own?
I suppose.
mean, you need
I
this,
suppose.
right?
I don't
You need
know
it.
what you're trying to ask of me here, and I don't. This is my hands are getting sweaty.
Aren't you
think my
interested
neck
in
folds are-
owning it though?
I mean, are you giving it to me? I don't know what you're asking.
I am giving it to you for a fair price.
Oh, okay. I suppose I can buy that from you. Is it gonna help me? I don't know, like get a girlfriend or something? Because I mean,
Of course, I mean,
will it?
this thing
I
is
don't
a
know.
magic item.
Okay. If you say so.
Okay, listen, because this is your first time buying it. I'm gonna make you a good deal.
Okay. Deals are my favorite.
Of course,
things.
I know my thing as well. So
Yeah,
listen,
I got some sweet deal on some onions the other day. It was my crowning achievement.
yeah, I know. It's like amazing, right? So listen,
Okay. Yeah.
usually
all right.
these
Uh-huh.
I can sell for
Yeah.
50 gold.
Okay.
But
I think my heart
but-
just stopped. Oh,
listen.
okay.
I'll
50,
give it to
50.
you for 7 gold only.
Well, that sounds like a real steal. I that's an opportunity.
7 gold is
I
such a
don't
good
know
deal.
if I can pass off that offer. I mean, my allowance only allows me to have. I think I have like 6 gold only.
Okay. 7 gold
gotta pay for
was a really
medication.
good deal, but I think I might
I don't.
be convinced to let it go for 6 gold.
6. That's like everything I have like for today. I mean, if you think it'll help, make a deception check
Of course.
and a persuasion check.
Both.
As you lie to him and then try to persuade him into double conning him.
So 24 deception.
Mhm.
Persuasion.
Okay.
50.
I mean, 6 gold. I was supposed to buy dinner for my mom and.
Oh, but here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will also give you a mango. Ah.
Like he's like sweating like at this point. It's like, okay, wow. Look, listen, I can take the mango. I guess I can make. All right, 6 gold. This is like the most hardest thing ever. Okay. And he
Listen. I
reaches in.
gave you these 2 items, and in exchange, you put 6 gold in my hand. It's such a good deal, right?
he puts 6 gold in your hands and takes the potion of Master Puddle. I still don't understand. Potion of Master Puddle.
Yeah,
It
have
says
fun with
puddle.
that. It's great.
But how
You'll
does it
see.
make me fall in love? I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do with it. Do I drink it? Do I? I mean,
There's
How do I-
multiple use. This is what's great about this. You can use it in so many ways.
I mean, can you? I mean, some examples would be good in the instruction book. I really
Yeah, you know,
don't
I
operate
would,
well on
but
improvisation.
I would,
I,
but you see, like, there's this other customer that's really waiting for me for
okay,
a so I really gotta go.
okay. I
He's
mean,
a really
is
big
there
guy,
warranty or
really
is there like a
scary.
return policy? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Just send me an owl, okay? See ya. And I walk away.
You leave him blubbering awkwardly on the streets because he is so awkward, and you have 6 gold now, and you sold this guy a bottle of water.
I did.
Okay,
go
so
back. And I
going
want
back,
to tell everyone about my exploit.
you go back and tell everyone about your exploits. In the meantime, Anakel,
Yes.
the procession has ended, and
Oh, I was
the
tired.
guards are now trying to like usher you away from the castle. You have
I'm
kind
keeping
of breached
myself.
their security.
I keep myself as close to the kid as possible. Hey, what was his name? Hummus?
Helas.
Helis.
Yeah.
You think I
Hey,
can come to the party?
Oh,
I don't.
Take off my
I-
wig too.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I can ask my father if that's okay with you, but I
I'll
mean,
ask him.
can't people just go into the castle? I don't know how it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a custom.
All right. So you approach. So yeah, as kind of dispersing, some highborn nobles have come down from the castle to greet. You know, it seems like a large, very exclusive party going on, or preparing to go on, anyways. As they greet the counts, and you kind of weave your way there as a peasant.
Well, I go up to the count, and does he notice me?
My little, the friend of my children.
I give a bow.
Oh, is that customary here? Our tour guide didn't say bowing was necessary, and he kind of
Oh,
bows
I-
as well. Back to you.
No, I'm assuming you're royalty. I don't know how it goes.
I am. Are you not
Oh.
royalty? You are on the grounds of the castle.
No, I am, but you're visiting, so.
Oh,
Anyways, I
Nice.
want to thank you for allowing me to join you today in the procession. Your kids are very
Oh.
lovely.
absolutely. I
and
mean,
some really good company.
you kept their attention, and so
Oh,
you kept them.
that's-
You kept them with kept them out of trouble, and I appreciate that.
No,
can't
I'm
have my
Anakel.
children.
I do babysitting on part time, so I have a lot of experience with kids.
Interesting. You small folk are quite interesting.
Yeah, like I'm a tutor. I tutor kids on the weekends.
Oh, that is very good. Very noble of you.
Hmm.
Education is key
Mm-hmm.
to power.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you, Sir Anakel?
Well, nothing of importance. I just want to thank you and wondering, can I offer you my services or any in any way or be of service?
I don't know. Can you? We have our own private tutors for our children, so it will not be necessary. I thank you for your offer in that regard.
Well, seeing this is not going to go anywhere,
At which point you
figured
start to sense like guards are starting to mount
Yeah.
around you, like you're not on the list, kind of thing.
I'm never on the list. So I hear that things are not going so well in the giant world. The ordering has been shattered.
Ah,
And-
yes.
You know, my travels, I have some companions. I mean, you're welcome to meet them. We are doing our best to investigate the situation with the giants on behalf of the small folk and to aid the giants in any way possible. I'm wondering if there's any way we can help the cloud giants, or at least at the very minimum, you can meet with us to discuss the situation, because we have made it our mission to get to the root of cause of this and the why the All-Father broke the ordering.
That is an interesting proposition. If you know a thing or two, know that we also have no idea why our All-Father has left us in such disarray. And I apologize for any trouble my cousins have created and the lesser giants as well.
Yeah, we had one of my own have come in and had a run-in with Cardinal Keep, I believe that's what it's called.
Cardell Keep, yes.
Cardell Keep, yes.
I'm familiar with them.
They destroyed her hometown.
Oh, I see.
So,
It is reasons like that I understand the mountain crashes have become quite popular among the small folk. I apologize on the behalf of them. It's not much, but I apologize. I can assure you, not all giants are like that. There are good and bad among us, as I'm sure there are good and bad among you.
Yeah, no, of course, I agree. Well, again, if you want to, you're willing to talk with us, we would love to swap knowledge about the situation. We also will be traveling east, and we would love if we could get a ride on that sweet castle of yours up there.
Well, I'm not sure what sort of information I can shed in terms of your quest. We at Skystone we have Skystone Castle. We don't believe in trying to achieve an ordering restoration that through our acts will do anything. Much like our giant companions who seem to think that we have to prove. We believe that it is what it is. The All-Father has its reason, and so we must go with it. We continue to map this world as we have before, and as we will continue to do so.
Have you ever come across the forest of... I didn't write it down.
Oh, there are many forests. You have lovely forests.
If you don't know, you don't know, man.
There's a forest we need to get to out east, and I'm wondering...
Eastward?
Yeah.
Well, to the east, you have the large high forest. The misty forest, perhaps. I think at some points the Demolar River had cut through the high forest and created the south forest. Is that where you need to go? The south forest. The misty forest, then. The Forgotten Forest. There is the Weathercoat Forest.
But
not sure, friend.
But we desperately need to get there, and it's going to help us in our journey to solve this giant issue. We need to talk to someone in there. And if you could just give us a ride, we're small folk. We'll take like an inch of your castle.
That's understandable. But your quest sounds urgent and time sensitive. I assure you, we are not leaving Waterdeep for some time. We are guests here in the city, and we have a lot of work to do.
I see.
I apologize.
No, this is my fault for bothering you.
He kind of motions around and says, "But from my understanding, Waterdeep is quite the land of cavalry. Perhaps horses may be an ideal mode of transportation out east.
Ooh.
Have you thought perhaps that?
An airship?
I said horses, not
horses.
airships.
Sorry, you keep cutting out. I heard ship.
Horses.
Yeah. I was hoping to get right on your sweet castle, but I understand.
Oh, well, they kind of points up to Mount Waterdeep. Says, "Well, they have the Griffin cavalry. I'm not too familiar with Griffin riding, but if that's a common practice, perhaps that would be very well."
Okay. Well, I'm not going to bother you any longer, and I appreciate your time here, and I think you're going to do a great job cartographying.
Hey! You don't belong in here! At which point, you see guards rushing, like 6 guards in like formation, start marching towards you rapidly, Anikel.
I just immediately turn around, and I start stumbling past them and pulling my bowl out. And I just push past them, and I head back to the Yawning Portal if I can.
Yeah, like
And I'm purposely bumping into them. Sorry, sir. Sorry, man.
One
Man,
grabs
man,
you,
man.
stands to you, and says, "All right, enough of that. Come!" And they lead you out with Count Nimbolo, kind of awkwardly watching, like this guy was normal a second ago.
He also claimed to be royalty and is now
Chased out.
acting like a beggar and being escorted out by guards.
The Countess Mulara gets up beside the Counts and says, with her mask on, "Are all small folk this confusing?" And she scowls at the sight of Anakel walking away, trying to cheat the system. You make your way back to the Yawning Portal. The streets seem to have cleared up a bit, so it doesn't take you too long. So all of you except Rhogadar in the Yawning Portal.
What time of
Anakin,
day is it?
where have you been?
It's late afternoon. Rhogadar.
Dinner time or not dinner time?
Approaching dinner time. It's like that. It's that some people eat dinner at this time. Some people are not really that point. It's like that.
Like 4 p.m.
Yeah, that 4 p.m., 4:30ish. You're getting hungry because you've been just fighting all day.
Yeah, but if we're still training, I'll leave after they go for the dinner break. I have beef jerky on me anyway.
It's there's different rotations, different groups of people training, and you just keep staying. You're just rotating. They're all looking at you like, man, this guy doesn't stop.
Oh, then I keep training if there's people there.
Yeah, they're always training. So you guys are at the Yawning Portal?
Mm-hmm.
Anakin, where have you been?
Oh,
More importantly,
Well-
what did you find out?
I joined the giant procession. I was hoping you guys would be.
Yeah,
there to follow
I
me.
could see. What kind of tricks were you playing on them this time?
Man, this comes in handy whenever you need it. You get into any establishment past the lines, they give you free stuff. All the women dig you. Anyways, listen. I tried to gain an audience with the Count. Didn't work, but I found out some very important information. The castle here, Castle Skystone Castle. There are a bunch of cartographers mapping the area. They're aware of the giant ordning issue, obviously, but they're not partaking in restoring it. They just believe it's happening because it's going to happen.
Okay, so why are they mapping the area?
I didn't.
They're historians and
Yeah, they're historians,
cartographers.
basically.
Oh, okay.
We
I
learned
figured
this before.
Maybe that was their way of doing the ordning, because the giants all seem to have their sort of goal, but they didn't seem to be interested in restoring the ordning. I did ask them if they could take a journey out east, but I forgot the forest name. Does anyone remember what that was called? Where we had to go?
Ah, you mean the Crypt Garden Forest to the north.
Let me just move the map here.
Yeah. But regardless, they weren't even leaving anytime soon, so we couldn't hitch a ride. I turned to Luna, I'm like, but I did ask about your little situation, about your thing. The banner, the Crescent Dragon banner belongs to the Castle House Cardell Keep. Its owner is Guardian Straznaris, and they're of a cult. The goal is to rid of the world of beauty, and I asked if there was any way for them to track down the other castles, cloud giant castles, and they said there wasn't any, but their uncle might know a way. And I turned to everyone else, and I'm like, his name was Zephyros, and you all seem to remember know him. So maybe if we can find Zephyros, he can help us find Cardell Keep. I mean,
Are these
A little
cloud
bit off.
giants friends with those cloud giants that killed my people?
no, they seem to be very apologetic of the fact that they would do something like that. As he put it, as Count put it, there's good humans and there's bad humans, just like there's good giants and bad giants.
Valid.
Anyways, I know it's off the beaten path, so if we ever come across Zephyros, maybe we could ask him about the Cardell Keep.
Sure.
We're supposed to find some random giant called Zephyros.
Don't you? Oh, you weren't there either. I forget who knows what. Yeah, no, but these guys know who Zephyros is. We've mentioned him in the past.
I like that
I would
guy.
love to speak with Zephyros, although I'm not sure how we're going to get in contact with him.
Well, we know where he lives, right?
Yes, in a castle that flies around.
Oh, Zephyros! I was thinking of Exelanthus. Sorry! Yes, Zephyros is definitely someone I want to see again, too.
It is not somebody the DM wants to do because it loses his voice. Just kidding. All right, so the evening set, it's getting late evening. What's your game plan for tonight?
Well, there's no point visiting the castle, and I think I feel confident that I exhausted anything useful out of these giants.
Okay.
Did you ask them about unifying the giants, about why cloud giants might want the Nightstone, about any of these such things?
No. He seemed very disinterested, to be honest. I asked if he would be willing to meet with us to swap knowledge, and he was like, he doesn't know anything, he doesn't really care. They won't seem to be useful, I don't think. Besides, I think I've already used my golden ticket.
They know your face. They know your half face already.
Yeah, this ruse is only worth once.
So hard not to meta right now. Okay.
Fit in.
Well,
Don't worry.
So, do we hit like a dead end?
you're leaving out like all the most important points. But anyways.
Well, I don't really know about the Nightstone stuff. I wasn't there for that. And like
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. Anyway, continue.
I mean, we could try going back to them.
What else did you hear about the Cloud Giants that destroyed my hometown?
Nothing. They didn't say anything other than they named the house and who owns it.
And they're like usually bad people.
They're from a cult, is what the kids said. And their goal is to rid the world of all this beauty, and they go around destroying.
He said his mom calls him a cult. Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. And their goal is to go around destroying things. So they go to like small folks area and destroy their architecture and monuments and such.
So it's
they want to
possible
bring
that
back their old Iman.
So it's possible that it's the same people that destroyed Nightstone too. Then.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a really good point. So maybe we should find
their path.
Maybe finding these people after all will be useful after all, because we can learn a bit more about the Cloud Giant's goal, and then we can revenge Luna.
How about okay. So okay, I'm gonna go to the counter. I'm gonna go to the bar people.
Mm-hmm.
And hey guys, I know you're really hard at work and it's busy and everything, but can I ask you something real quick?
One of the maids stops and says, yes, super busy. What can I do for you?
Yeah. So, you know that place, Nightstone up north?
Yes, northeast of here.
Yeah. So, you know what happened to Nightstone?
We've heard, yes.
Do you know if that happened to any other town nearby-ish?
Reports from, I think there were some from Phandalin as well. But not really know if there's any other places.
Do you have any people that would know more than you guys?
Do I hear that from where I am?
No, she went off to the counter. Yeah, I mean, this is a whole city of knowledgeable individuals. I'm sure you can find. And she kind of whisks off as she's trying to.
Okay.
Deliver
so I'll go back to the table and I'll say, "Yo, guys, I want to go find someone who would know more about if whatever happened to Nightstone happened to other towns nearby."
Are you just talking about attacks? Because we've heard all over. We've heard of attacks all over this region.
Yeah, but I mean, if we had an idea of where they've already been, maybe we would have some kind of trajectory or something, no?
If we talk to old Gnawbone, who supposedly had these crystal balls, we can ask her pretty much any question and she can tell us.
If we don't die and get eaten.
Yeah.
We got these potions of poison protection.
Yeah, that's not going to solve
protect us
anything.
From a giant dragon.
She's our best bet for finding information quickly.
I feel like she's our last
potions
bet.
of protection from teeth.
Right? Tails, teeth, claws.
Death.
I feel like there's there's probably other options that we can try to find before going to her. In my opinion.
I had a friend, a very close friend, that died from a green dragon, and you remind me a lot of him. You know, you're very similar gung ho attitude, but that's what got him killed.
I wonder if he
So
saved you guys in the process. Or was it
He
all in your
did.
name?
He did,
Aw.
but at the cost of his life.
I think we
Doesn't
didn't
matter,
need him.
worth
to-
it.
That was called the sacrifice.
So
It
yeah,
sounds.
I kind of want to see if anyone else will know before we go to that green dragon.
I think a more valuable use of our time would be to speak with this Terrace in the field ward.
Terrorist?
Like his name is Terrorist.
Terrace.
Oh, like a
Terrace.
terrace, like where you can have food outside.
Except not spelled like that.
So who's Terrace? Oh,
Taras. Taras.
Taras. Well, yeah, why isn't it Taras then? Maybe
Who
so.
is
Oh
he?
my gosh.
Who is he?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
is
Lucius.
he?
Let me pour you some ale.
Who is he?
He is a scholar living in the field ward slums.
Oh, I'm more
He's
down
very
to go see a
knowledgeable
terrace in
about
the
the
slums.
history of the giants.
Yeah, I think that would be worth.
I'm more interested in seeing if
Checking
there are terrorists in the slums than anything else right now.
That seems like the closest option, not just wandering off to get
Yeah,
killed by a dragon.
safer. Like it will cost
Yes.
us 2 silver each. Big deal.
Also, it is likely that if the... Oh my gosh, you guys don't listen to a word I tell you. It's insane.
Well, I mean, when there's mangoes on the table, it's hard to focus, you know?
He is a poor man and not fond of outsiders. I have it on good authority that he'll be more likely to speak
Okay.
to us if we bring a financial gift.
Yes, 2 silver per person is a very good financial gift for slums. And also, we can try to make us look like locals. Slum people. That's not a problem either. I'm
I
down for
don't
that.
think that will be necessary.
Of course, it's not necessary, but it's probably better than spending gold.
Listen, I will put up front whatever gold is necessary to get him to talk to us.
Yeah, what happens when the
Let's
day
just-
you don't have gold anymore?
I will...
He'll stop offering.
Worry about when it
Can we
comes.
disguise ourselves as
That's
slum people
What
then?
a strange question to ask.
I mean, at that point, maybe we can try to dress up as slum people.
She does have a point. Like, the money will run out. We're not making any money off of it.
I want to dress
ordering
up as a
stuff.
slum person and talk to him as if we were locals. Save money, and he likes locals better than outsiders.
I'm pretty sure that when my informant spoke of outsiders, he didn't mean just other people from the slums. He's not a friendly sort. He'll need something to loosen his lips.
You could offer him your free alcohol, Zaya.
Yeah, alcohol is free.
Well, yours is.
Yeah, I can.
And loosen his lips like that. Give him a couple gold doubloons.
We need his mind in good condition in order to extract the information which is useful
Well,
to
he
us.
doesn't need to drink the whole thing.
But I'm particularly interested in this business that the Count told Anakel
How about we play cards on this and decide if we go dressed up as slum people or the boring way?
I don't think we need to dress up at all.
Anyway, what particularly interests me is what Anakel said about the Count's children mentioning that the cult wishes to bring back old Astoria by destroying the everything beautiful, as Anakel puts it.
Yeah.
I imagine that a historian of the Giants might know something of old Astoria, be able to provide us with useful information about how they might be trying to accomplish that.
Well, okay, what's our end goal here? Our end goal is to
To unify the Giants in order to stop the attacks.
So will this help us unify the Giants? I guess maybe.
The more we know about what the Giants' goals are, about why the Giants are acting out, the easier we can find a way to unify them.
That's
I
true.
still
We
think
can
that our
fix
best
lives.
bet I still think that our best bet is to rally the dragons against them.
It's for war.
War.
Nothing unifies a nation like war.
Too risky.
I think there's a
Let's
little
talk
more destruction going on at that point.
Like, are we
Just having
talking
giants
war?
attack.
Like,
Well then, why don't we collect some more information that may lead us to an alternative solution?
That's a good idea. Let's go to this slums guy.
and dress up as slum people?
All right, so you guys gonna go there
okay.
tonight?
I'll dress up as a slum person for Isaiah.
Yes!
You're
It's,
already
uh,
naked.
it's
You can't be
around-
more slummy than that.
This is true.
You get more dirty, you know?
That would also be fun.
Let's mud wrestle.
All right, so at this point,
A
it
mud
is-
wrestling league.
at this point, it's getting pretty. It's. You guys discuss this for about an hour. Rhogadar comes sauntering in, sweaty, tired, exhausted, out of his mind. He's got a few cuts and scrapes here and there. It looks like he's been doing some training.
Is he back though?
No, he kind of just looks at you guys, just slumps down beside you. Where are we going? And he's just exhausted.
I hope you've been practicing your Mai Chi.
I think you
How
need.
about
I think you
muscles?
need to have
Yeah.
a bath before you go anywhere.
No, I mean he's ready for the slums.
Slums?
Right.
We're going.
Okay, yeah, I
we're
guess
going
so.
to slums. All right, lead the way. I'm ready to go.
Wait, are we going like at night, like now?
Oh,
Is
are
it
we going
nighttime?
now? I don't know.
I have nothing better to do.
It's up to you guys.
It's not late. It's just like kind of after dinner.
Yeah, it's like 5 p.m., 5:30 at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah, for
How
sure.
long can it take to find this
What are
guy?
you doing?
Well then, let's be on our way.
All right. So you guys collect your things, gather yourselves.
Yeah, I
Head
grabbed
out.
my little box.
All right, you run upstairs and grab your box and stick in your bag of holding. And
Is
you
it
all
safe?
and you guys.
I don't want to put it in my bag of holding if it's not safe to put. Is it safe to put in my bag of holding?
Okay, so you carry it then,
Yeah, I'll carry it.
and you trip down the stairs and you drop it. It splatters everywhere.
No. That's
So you guys head outside to the front of the Yawning Portal to prepare yourselves ready for this journey northward to the Field Ward. You begin the long journey north, using the directions that was given to Lucius. It doesn't take you too long to get there. As you pass the Sea Ward, the North Ward, you see there's some notable differences between the wards themselves. As you pass ahead towards the Field Ward itself, it sort of has its own little wall and gate that segregates this area from the rest of the city. As you approach, you already kind of get this dirty feeling, like there's a scent. The road looks a little more unkept. It's clearly much more unregulated in terms of the buildings and the housing.
Wolverbane, you reek, man.
And the individuals that you
I think
enter
that's Rhogadar.
as you
Look
enter,
at you reek, man.
And then I smell myself and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me too.
the individuals here in the Field Ward are not nearly as noticeably well dressed or well kept in the rest of the city. It is clear that this part of the city is pretty shady. Tiny, but shady. But it does lead to the northern exit of Waterdeep.
I want to make sure to watch myself if anyone gets too close.
Wait, the slums are outside the city?
It's like a little segregated walled area.
I'm asking everybody. Wait,
Oh.
so the slums are on the outside of the city?
Mhm.
I
Always.
guess.
It's like
They
built
are
on top. In addition
Sort of
to
in
the
a
city's, like,
middle ground
Yeah.
between the gate and the main walls.
The fringes, if you
Those
will.
of you that are familiar with like Waterdeep history, you would know that this area didn't really exist. It was kind of just an empty plot of lands. It was just when refugees were coming through during the spell plague, and that part of history that they started pushing kind of refugees and more people into this area, and it just started growing up to become a slum, and became a new ward.
Anakel, do you think we could find a fight club in here?
Hell yeah.
Or even better, if we pay
A
some
mud
homeless
club?
guys to fight, and then and we can make a lot of money.
Chicken fight, cockfight.
Hey man, if there's a fight, let's find it. But let's not stray off the path.
I'm getting a little antsy, to be honest.
Well, like I said, if we find a fight, let's fight.
The
Maybe
world
we
is
can
your
try.
oyster. All right, so you guys follow Lucius's lead, and you find yourselves approaching a large a building. But it's almost like it's a large building, but it's clearly been segregated into small little apartments, tiny little infrastructures, haphazardly built into this large warehouse of a sort to kind of cram as many people as possible. It doesn't take you long to find Taurus, the giant scholar.
Why is this
like
scholar
he
so
has-
poor?
He has like an apartment there.
Yeah, he's got one of the small apartment rooms inside this warehouse.
Okay, so can I go up to like his door?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it like open to like go in and go to any of the doors, kind of thing?
Yeah, like the warehouse itself, it's like an old warehouse. There's like
He's an
little
open door
walkways
policy.
and different walkways in different areas that you can approach all the doors, like any apartment building.
Cool.
So you
yeah.
find his.
I enter, find his,
All right.
and I turn before knocking on the door. I turn to the rest of the party and I say, "Well, are we going to put together a gift?"
I fish out 2 silver pieces from my loincloth and I drop it in Lucius's hands.
A
I
long
think the
walk.
so
The long walk from the water from the Yawning Portal has made him very sweaty and warm.
Oh.
but shiny. It probably polished them like nothing. I take the 2 silver
The
pieces that Earth
shiniest
owns.
silver pieces you've ever seen.
I pull out the
I
great
think-
axe I got from the orc back in Nightstone.
Rhogadar, you've gone
That was-
invisible.
That was a really good
Whoa,
impression. Your voices are spot on these days.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Did you say you pull out a great axe, Rhogadar?
Yeah, I got a great axe from the orc that I killed back in Nightstone.
And you're offering this?
Yeah, I'm never gonna use it.
To a scholar?
Okay. I look at Rhogadar and I say, perhaps we should have sold that for the money if you had intended to give it away. I'm not sure that he's going to be interested in a great axe. Though I appreciate
You can
the
sell it
thought.
then. Or hire a bodyguard and give the great axe to the bodyguard.
Is there anything special about that great axe? Is it a +1 or anything?
You got off an orc.
It's an orc great axe.
It's a
He's
chipped,
a-
broken axe.
He's assistant.
Okay, so I have what, 4 silver so far?
Could I use it as a
And
throwing
a
weapon?
great axe.
Mm-hmm. And you better be
Luna,
grateful.
Zaya, donations.
Oh yes, I pull out my 2 silver.
6 silver.
Luna.
Luna,
I give 1 gold.
6 silver, 1 gold, and Lucius takes out 2 gold and adds it in as well. Turns and knocks on the door.
Well, I thought we agreed for 2 silver. Now I look just cheap.
As Wolverbane's contemplating his donation. It's late! No visitors!
We're naked. No.
We come bearing a small financial donation in exchange for a short conversation, if you're interested.
How much?
We have 2 gold and 6 silver, along with a weapon that you should be able to sell on the market for some coin if you wish.
You can hear from inside, like, the footfalls of an individual, but it sounds, one flat foot, like a heavy foot, followed by a wooden kunk, kunk. The door creaks open a bit. It's pretty dark inside. It's a single lit candle. There's no windows as he's a part of the interior of the warehouse. He eyeballs you, and you see that he's a short, balding, fat dwarf. Just really, really not looking good. Looks at you and says, "Show me."
I hold out my hand with the coins in it, and also brandish the great axe, which Rhogadar, a little bit Hesitantly, I show the great axe as well.
He inspects it closely and says, "All right. A few words. That's it. Get out of here." He opens the door slightly as he ushers you guys into his very, very tiny apartment.
I enter.
You guys can, all of you can barely fit. There's not really anywhere to sit. It's basically just a bed, a desk, and kind of a wash basin.
I say, I can see that you are a busy man,
Yes.
so I will get straight to the point. We have it on good authority that, despite your circumstances, you are the man to go to for information about the history of the giants.
Yeah, I used to be a scholar of those sorts of things before I became a refugee here in Waterdeep. Credentials wasn't good enough for the city, so I find myself in the damn field ward. So what of it?
Well, you have no doubt heard rumors of the giant attacks that have been happening on the surrounding cities.
Of course.
We are curious to know, first of all, if you have any general information that may help us with unifying the giants. You see, we have learned in our travels that the reason that the giants have begun acting so sporadically is due to the Allfather.
The Ordning. Yeah, I know all about it.
I figured that you might, but
So what are you asking me?
we have been asked by the storm giants themselves to find a way to unify their brethren, that this chaos might finally end. And we are curious if in the long history of the giants you might be able to think of any cause or any event which may have happened in the past which would give us clues as to how to proceed.
Oh, I see your angle. So you want to get all the giants together in one giant unison to what? Save the Ordning? Is that your goal? Seems a little loose.
Whether or not the Ordning is restored is not really our concern. We only wish to restore some manner of order to the giant ranks. We have also learned in our travels that the reason that so many of the giants are acting out is as a result of trying to raise their status.
Yeah.
If we can get the giants to somehow come to a peace, a contentedness about their current position, perhaps the attacks would stop.
Yeah, that makes sense. But listen, the Storm Giants have always ruled the Ordning, or always ruled the Giants. Any major decision, any unification was done in Maelstrom, the Storm Giants' strongholds. In the past, whenever the Giants had to unify, as you say it was always because there was some greater threat out there, something else that they couldn't stand alone against. They all appoint their leaders. And all those leaders.
Lucius, 'cause I know he's giving us a smirk. I told you so.
Yeah, well, in the past, the leaders all unify in Mount Maelstrom. They have a council or something. They discuss and work together to defeat all their enemies. I think the last big time that there was unification was during the fall of Astoria against the dragons. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking to try to unify the giants, I don't know what kind of threat you're trying to give them, but you need to convince their leaders to go to Maelstrom. Talk to the king. Talk to King Hecaton. Let them work it out.
Yeah, I've kind of done that already.
Oh, you have you? And who the fuck's asking you?
Well, you were kind of talking about the topic that concerns me, so I thought I would say something.
Oh, okay. Speak up then, little kid.
Well,
What's with
I mean, King Hecaton is a little incapable of rallying the troops at the moment.
Oh, and you think you're capable of rallying the troops then? Huh? You're gonna get all the giants to rally under yourselves. If King Hecaton can't do it, you think you guys can do it. You're a laughable bunch. Look at you.
No, I'm not saying I can. I'm saying that we need some other thing to help us above us.
We are
okay.
currently exploring multiple avenues, but so far the most promising idea seems to be exactly as you describe, rallying the giants under a common enemy. Perhaps even winning over the alliance of the dragons.
Ken looks at you confused for a sec, kind of taking in what you're saying here, and says, all right. So let me get this straight. I'm trying to follow things. You're wasting my time. You want to unify the giants by giving them an enemy to fight. So you want to unify the dragons to pit them against the giants to create peace.
Well,
By
if we put it
two
that way.
the two oldest enemies, the two fiercest enemies of Faerun, you want to pit them against. Do you know how old the story of Fel?
We only need to generate enough of a threat to get the giants to confer with one another rather than to continue their hostilities.
That sounds like dangerous grounds.
Do
You
you
start that
think-
ball rolling, you're risking wiping out all of Faerun, let alone just unifying the giants. I think your best approach is to, go talk to the giant leaders. If you're bold enough, if you're stupid enough to do that, convince them in their own way that they need to unify with this. Put aside their quest to change the ordning. I don't know what their goals, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
We are open to any suggestions other than the one that we have just placed before you. Many of my companions here, even among our own group, are very torn about this idea.
Seems like a terrible idea.
Is there any?
If there is any other banner under which the giants have rallied before, other than the one of the threat of the dragons, which is the only one that you've brought up in our very conversation here, we'd be happy to learn of that.
He thinks about that for a sec. He says, the only other threats that ever posed a problem to the giants, where they unified, was from small folk.
Well, I'm gonna go punch a dragon now. Giant.
We caused them enough problems in our own rights. Look at the mountain crashes, for example. They're all hunted the giants. I don't know what I'm saying to you. I don't know how this helps. You come to me with a huge problem. I'm a scholar. I can give you information on the giants. But the problem you presented to me is huge. And he
Yes.
continues to ponder any possible banner or sort of a
Okay,
solution
is
to the
there
problem.
any other way that you see the giants being able to unify without the ordning?
The ordering has never collapsed before. This is a first. There are no precedent, no historical records of this happening before.
Okay, wild speculation. What do you know of the Allfather? Is he a physical being, one person, somebody that we could feasibly speak to?
Now you're asking the right questions. The Allfather.
And I'm like, that's probably what I should have asked.
History
Okay,
suggests that all the gods had walked this plane, the prime material plane, long before we were here. So, it's fair to say that the Allfather and all the smaller deities of the giants were here first, long before.
Is there any like Allfather
Yeah.
temple or something around?
He, being a grumpy little dwarf, it's kind of off. It's kind of weird to see it, but you kind of just see a little smirk in the side of his mouth as he doesn't want to show joy and just being able to talk about it, but he's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's something. Little something they call the Eye of the Allfather. Sort of a A temple, like you put it.
A temple?
A temple. A place of communion where they can speak to the Allfather himself. They say it was where the Allfather first stepped onto Faerun.
Do you know where that is?
I'm getting there.
I kind
shut the
of
fuck up so I can talk. Wasting my time. It's far up north. Up in the spine of the world. Lost in the mountains. No one's ever found it since. It has been lost since the age of Astoria. I don't think any giant even knows where it is. But it's there somewhere. It's existed. It's a proven fact. The Eye of the Allfather is up in the spine of the worlds. If you're looking to speak to the Allfather, good fucking luck, but that's the place to start.
Turn to the party and I say, interesting.
I want to do that.
We happen to have cloud giants in town who are cartographers looking for ancient relics, traveling Faerun in order to make maps. If there were anybody to ask about the location of such a place, they might be a good bet.
I
Are
agree.
you telling me or asking me?
I'm not even talking. I turned away from him. I was talking to the party.
Okay. It's so tight, like you're still facing him as you look to the party because there's just not any space to maneuver.
I say, I have one more question, and I do apologize for taking up so much of your time.
It's not even worth the 2 gold you gave me. What is it?
Wolverbane, turn up the cornucopia for him.
We have heard just this day about a cult of cloud giants.
Yeah.
A group whose goal is to bring back old Astoria, presumably by destroying all of the things that have been built up since.
Yeah.
Do you know anything of this cult?
Specifically led by possibly Stratanaris.
Guardian Stratanaris. Yeah, I know a thing or two. I haven't researched them too much. They seem to be a bunch of kooks. Not worth my efforts. Cardinal Keep. A blackened banner. Red crescent dragon being slain by giants.
That's the
That's
very
them.
one.
They call themselves the Council of Ash. Him and his followers lead a sort of a religious war against Faerun, trying to get rid of modern artifacts, modern technology. They think it's a blight upon this world. They want to wipe it, restore the old ways. Like I said, a bunch of kooks, like you bunch.
Do they have a large following among the giants, or are they relatively contained?
A large fucking castle, that's for sure. What do they have in there? I couldn't tell you.
They only go after the artifacts, like the big monuments.
Everything. They haven't attacked any of the major cities because, well, they would have a hard time doing that. But they're going around trying to wipe out, I guess, smaller settlements. Again,
So then their numbers aren't so great then as to pose a threat to Faerun at large, by any means, unless you feel that many could easily be swayed to their cause.
I'm sure they could recruit if they needed to. I don't think there's any giant group out there at this current time that could contest a large city like Waterdeep or Neverwinter. So we're safe for now. Whether it's from the cloud giants or the fire giants or the stone giants, we're safe for now.
Is there any way the giants, a giant castle could be, a flying castle could be found? Has in the past, have they ever used any sort of tracking or communication?
Obelisks. They used ancient obelisks, monoliths.
Like big black stones?
Yeah, sort of that kind of thing.
A nice stone.
Sure. That's what kids are calling it these days. No,
I think
seriously. You're wasting my time.
I think we have a lot to go on now, and we've taken up enough of this man's time.
Yeah.
Listen, you got me really interested
Time
when
you
you were
to
talking.
spank me sideways. Get the hell out of my house.
You got me really interested when you talked about the Eye of the Allfather. Like, I know it's like an ancient, like, story or like legend almost, but just to have an idea of what we're looking for. Do you know if it's like inside the mountain, on top of a mountain, if it looks like a cemetery or like it's a cavern of some sort. Is it like an actual building? Do you know anything of that type?
All I know is it was built into the mountains. A large temple.
Great.
Giant size, you would say, to honor the deities of the giants. And at the center, Amon, the Allfather, hidden
Right.
deep inside the spine of the world. Have you been up there? Have you been to Icewind Dale?
I am
Or
actually
anywhere
really
there? The mines of
interested in going.
Mirabar? Have you?
No, but I want to go. It's in my plan now. Like, if you look at
Then
my
you're an
life
idiot.
trail, it's in there.
You wouldn't survive a second up there. The snow-covered mountaintops would destroy you in a second. You would freeze to death before you even got close to the eye of the Father. It's suicide, and you're all a bunch of idiots trying to think that you're gonna find it.
Well, what's more stupid, trying to convince dragons to go against giants or to find the Allfather?
Do you seriously want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
Do you seriously want me to answer that question?
Yeah.
They're both equally stupid as fuck.
Okay. So
And you're all idiots. So get the hell out of my house! You didn't pay me enough for my time.
Yo, the cornucopia. Hurry up, Wolverine.
I pull out a cornucopia and I. What do you want me to do?
Like something that's plain, like apples, I guess.
Whatever you're about to do,
Something
don't
that's
even
plain.
think about it.
Do you like? Do you like apples, sir?
I'm
Apples
gonna
are
ask
delicious.
you one more time to leave my homestead.
Watermelons?
One more word. I'm gonna bitch slap you to yesterday.
Okay, I guess he doesn't want fruits
Yeah.
then. But
I
this
have
guy
the door.
provides fruit for us. I figured maybe
I
he
start
wants it.
like pushing because I'm in the front, like pushing everybody like out the door.
Okay, wait. I want to go up first though. I'll leave. I'll leave. Thank
As
you for
you
your time.
as you guys push it, he says, wait. You said vegetables?
Yeah,
Fruits.
vegetables. What do you like? Spinach, avocados. Avocados are fruit. I mean celery, carrots, perhaps, broccoli.
Hey, do you have fruits and vegetables? An assortment? I don't know. Do you have
Okay.
any available?
Yeah.
As much as you got. As much as you got.
Yes.
All right. Well, come on, cough it up.
Okay, I think mixed veggies and I shake it and I turn it over.
D100.
Please get the one. Get the
Can I inspire him on this or no?
Ooh,
No.
not bad.
Yeah. A large collection of mixed vegetables. Some ripe. It's not as diverse as you wished it was, but it all just plops on his floor. For the first time, you kind of see his face loosen up a bit. The wrinkles on his angry face have kind of subsided. All right.
We're the
Alright,
good
that'll
ones.
do.
I point at Wolverine and I say, we're the good ones.
Yeah. Whatever.
Do you like beef jerky?
Hey, you got more food? Be my guest. Toss it on my floor.
It's a special recipe, and I'll give him 5 days worth rations.
All right.
jerky.
As you pull it out, he doesn't seem to be phased by where it's coming. All right, that'll do. And the rest of you guys have left, right? Kind of push out.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. They said they were.
All right. Those of you that are still inside the room, make a perception as you kind of head out.
Do we gotta roll something?
You're out.
Oh
Cindy.
crap! No, that's wrong.
Huh?
That's wrong.
Oh, sorry. Perception.
You're not there. You left.
You
don't
left.
have to do
Cindy.
it.
Yeah, you're first.
Oh, okay, never mind. Bye.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of pile all this shit on this floor and all right, get out of here. And you guys leave. Zaya, as you're kind of tiny and Rhogadar as well, Rhogadar has been had eyeballed this as soon as he entered, but was just kind of just caught off guard. He was too winded and tired to even say anything. Zaya, you now spot as you're leaving. There's like just amongst all his clutter, his books, you see a book that's laying there. It seems to be kind of some sort of registry, and on it just says Field Ward Orphanage, and you kind of get the sense that as he's looking at all this food now, he's gathering it in a basket that he's the owner and kind of caretaker of the Field Ward's orphanage.
Oh wow, he's a good guy.
Now get the fuck out of my house! And he slams the door. And you just hear,
he was just hungry.
You can hear through the cracks. You hear just whispering toast. Yes, this will feed them. This will feed them for a week. And he's kind of just mustering everything together.
As the party's getting ready to leave, I pull a piece of paper from my cloak, and I take out a small pouch containing 5 gold pieces, and I slide. You see Lucius bend down to the bottom of the door, and he just slides both of them underneath the door crack.
It's very generous of you. What's the?
Yeah.
You give me more money. We just paid him
That's
for
very
his
nice of you.
knowledge. Lucius, you're so kind.
Don't rub it in.
Oh,
All right, got the message. All right, at that point, it's getting a little late. The streets are are dark. They're not well lit. You're starting to see some pretty shady people around. Kind of get this uneasy feeling that, well dressed, magical, armored individuals probably shouldn't be hanging around too much around the streets of the Field Ward.
Yep. We're heading out. I'm in the
Nice.
middle somewhere.
It's late evening now, so back to the Yawning Portal.
Wait,
Yes,
maybe we should try another place to stay at on our way. I'm down for that. Some days
Yeah.
kind of cheaper with a stage or something.
Do I know
far?
of a tavern? Do I know of a tavern where Bildrath frequents?
Yeah,
I'm talking with the informant.
Yeah, he likes to frequent the Shimmering Swan in the dock ward. It's all,
I
shady.
say,
It's all real you shady
if
context
you're-
inside.
If you're interested in another establishment, I would be happy to check out the Shimmering Swan. There's somebody who goes there regularly who I'd like to speak with.
oh, what's her name?
Yeah.
What's her
Not
name?
that kind of relationship.
What's his name?
Yeah. Oh, what's his name?
That's why I specifically worded it, not that kind of relationship.
Yeah, it's still different. We're talking opposite sex. But anyways, yeah, I'm down for trying a new place.
All right, so you make the extra further journey past Mount Waterdeep into the dock ward, into what appears to be just as equally shady, but well lit. A lot of sailors and pirates and all that sort of thing.
Keep in mind,
Wait, we walked the whole city.
Well,
I thought
you
I
hitch
said
a ride on.
someplace
Oh.
closer, but I wasn't sure. Oh,
Yeah, there's like the bus things, like jeepneys.
Yeah, basically, you got a rickshaw. Yeah, you guys, tuk-tuks, you guys make it to the Shimmering Swan. It seems to be a fairly reasonable establishment. A lot of sailors and dock hands are hanging about.
hanging a boat.
Hanging a boot. Hanging a boat.
Boot in a boot.
Well, we're in the dock ward. so
Rhogadar,
they
are you
could be
gonna
hanging
join
a
us
boat.
for supper?
Rhogadar says, yeah, do they have fish and potatoes?
Y'all nasty.
Yeah, all nasty. All right, so you guys enter the Shimmering Swan. So it's a fairly nice establishment. All the chairs are their backings are like necks of swans and go to a swan points. They really kind of put a focal point on the swan itself. It's all adorned with swans and all sort of embellishments.
Is this
It
the
looks a
right
little-
kind of bar?
Yeah, it looks a little kind of out there, a little strange to the eyes.
As soon as I enter, I look around for any of the patrons who happen to be Bildrath.
Yeah, you see an old half elf. What did I say? It was half elf.
Yeah, half elf.
You see an old half elf. He's got long black hair. He's got a little more chubbier than when you last saw him. Hasn't been working out as much. He just sits.
Reconnect.
He's kind of just leaning forward, just sipping on a cup, and just looking up on the stage, where a small band of gnomes are just playing a little jaunty tune.
I want to go over and sit down beside him, and I ask the barkeep to bring him another drink.
He says, he says something. Oh, my eyesight fails me. What is that, you Lucius?
It is Bill Drath. And how have you been, old friend?
I've been okay. Keeping busy. You know, doing the good Zentarum work.
And then basically, I just want to spend so this is fully just a casual visit. I just want to spend time catching up with him, basically.
Okay. You spent some time just
That's
discussing.
just generic.
Yeah, you start talking to him. He drops you word that the charlatan is on the move. Signs of her work has been seen throughout, the neighboring cities. Some strange rise and fall of some political figures. Just the general work that you're familiar with, and you're just like, yeah, that's definitely the charlatan. He also.
It's charlatan without the.
It's charlatan is on the I wrote. You kind of ask, if there's any. You kind of mentioned to him that you're heading north to the forest, to Crypt Garden Forest, and he says, if you're heading up north along the long road, if you're passing through Rasalantar, do not forget that the proprietor of the inn there, Yandrel Horn, is a Zentara member. Just kind of refresh your memory. And other than that, you guys just catch up on old times.
The only thing that I kind of ask him in the course of conversation is, are there any kind of promising recruits that he's heard of coming through the ranks recently? People to keep an eye on.
He says, I probably have a list somewhere. Bring it to. I don't bring it to the pub with me. Sorry,
quite
but
understandable. It's not a problem. It was just.
He drank too much. He's like, I can't think of it.
It was just curiosity, my friend. Don't worry about it.
Well, if you're passing through La Santar, the sleeping dragon, just remember, you have a friend there. All right, so you guys are now at the Shimmering Swan, as well as you see Lucius has gone off and sat with another individual. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go see the gnomes.
All right, and the gnomes are up there playing a kind of a. It almost sounds like a sailor type jaunty tune that really captivates the sailor's spirit. They aren't that great. You see the odd pamphlet still remaining of the Phoenix Reborn band.
I look around.
Here.
Does anyone look at me?
No.
I rip it off.
Okay.
I stuff it in my bag of holding.
All right. But the rest of you guys are getting rooms?
Yeah. Might as well send them out here.
And I've ordered the largest food platter they have to offer.
It's just a mound of potatoes, fish sticks sticking out.
Well, that wasn't very exciting. I pass it off to Wolverbane. I go back and I ask for some real meat.
That's exactly what you asked for.
Yeah, that's what. And they give you some. They're confused by your sudden change in preferences, and they give you this large platter of various meats. But a lot of it's mainly fish. Being on the dock ward, they do have a lot of fish here. So mixed in with beef and chicken is a slew of fish.
Okay, at least it's beef and chicken. I'm good with that.
All right. So you guys procure a couple rooms for Golden Night.
Zaya, what were you gonna do with that cake?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I'm just waiting for my turn to go.
Yeah. So you guys procure. I'm saying, let's say 3 rooms, a gold each. It's basically a gold per person. So knock that off. And now you're just hanging around eating dinner.
So are the gnomes on the stage or just playing like in front of it?
They're on stage, kind of like they're like obviously the entertainment for the night.
Okay, so I'll go up to them.
They're playing, and you interrupt them. Like they're performing, like they're like legit playing still.
Okay. I'll go to the barmaid then instead.
Okay.
I spend the evening just like reminiscing with Bildrath about like old times and like my early days at the academy and like all that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have good discussions of Thornhold and the old ways and how things are changing rapidly and things. The ages aren't as good as they used to be. The 80s were the best years, weren't they?
And for the first time, you see Lucius at some point in the conversation orders a glass of ale and is drinking it while he talks with Bildrath.
Yeah, as you guys look over, you really get the sense that this is a side of Lucius you never really seen before.
It's like the most
loose.
amiable conversation you've ever seen him have.
Yeah, like he's actually enjoying himself. All right, Zaya.
Just
So you go to the
laugh?
you go to the bar. Yeah, you go to the barmaid.
Hey, listen. My name is Glitterlocks, and
Yes,
I'm a performer.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
I actually really enjoy what your little band is playing right now.
Okay.
But do you know if there's going to be any intermission, or is there any way that I can stage? It's not for long, but I just really need to make a special announcement tonight.
Sure. I can have that arranged.
Is it possible to have that arranged real soon?
Oh, sure, absolutely. And he claps his hands together. And one of his maids goes up. The song kind of comes to an end, anyways. The gnomes nod as they kind of shut off to the side of the stage, leaving you the stage, Saya.
Okay. So I'll go and say something. Hi. Excuse me for disrupting your nice evening. But
As you look out, it's quite crowded. Like all the dockhands are here for their dinner. They're tired, but they give you their attention. They start cheering. Woo! Yeah!
And I'm gonna play like a, and so I'll say, yeah. So here, I have a very special request that was made to me because there's a special event going on tonight, and so there's a special song that someone asked me to play on stage tonight for someone special, and I'm gonna just get started with that, and I'm gonna start playing a very cheerful song that's talking about a dragon that was born on this very special day. A dragon was born. Okay. And he was small like a corn, and that he was all like pruny and something else. And I'll have Francis like bring the cake over to the table.
All right. As
That's the funniest you've ever heard.
Happy birthday, dear viewer. Of all of our viewers with that exact name, you're the best.
And I'll encourage the crowd to
The
play
best
along
part
as
is,
well.
I can't hear any music anyone's playing.
no.
So happy birthday.
Well, you can
Alright.
watch the video later on YouTube, the Gilded Dice.
As you bring the cake, you bring the box down to the table where your companions are all sitting, and everyone's cheering. They're all drunken sailors. They don't really understand what you're talking about. They're just cheering, "Woo, babies! Yeah, woo, corn, fruity corn, yeah!" And bring the box to the table of your friends.
Yeah, I do that. And I'll just follow, like, Francis carrying the cake. I'll just follow through.
Okay.
Rhogadar, is it your birthday?
Open it!
It was my birthday actually, and I opened it.
And this is for all of you guys, so feel free to have a slice.
As you open it and kind of peel off the side of the box, the cake has like shifted a bit, and it's kind of smushed up against one side. Some of the icing's fallen off, and that alone has kind of burned a layer off of the cardboard box. Zaya, having carried it around and not putting it in her bag of holding, kind of screwed up the cake a bit.
I was so careful, though.
Not careful enough.
Okay.
As soon as you open it, Rhogadar, just the smell, it's like being pepper sprayed. It just permeates the air immediately around you guys. You're just on fire. Your eyes are burning. Your skin's burning.
Ooh, it's like the first time drinking my tea.
Right?
all over
I
again.
know, isn't it so great?
I whispered to Anakel, don't touch the cake.
Yeah, he can touch the cake.
I don't like the smell of it anyways.
You guys are having a hard
Lucius,
time.
you'll
just
have a
even being-
slice, right, with Rhogadar? You guys being best buds and stuff?
I'm like fully not with you guys.
Oh.
I request some plates from the nearest bar hand.
I think my mom's
Just
calling
Just
me,
one, I'm okay.
and I get up.
The barmaid comes over with some plates. She's like, here you go. And one of the plates just magically shatters, just from the scent. And she places it on she places the rest of the plates on the table. She's like, oh.
Cool.
As Annika runs off.
I cut the cake into however many people are left at the table, and I give it to them.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
give
so-
my piece to Francis, and he walks away with it.
All right, so Wolverbane, Rhogadar, and Zaya take a piece. Annika runs off. Luna says no. Lucius is off talk to his old companion.
And how is it?
I'm looking at Rhogadar eating it. That's what I
Rhogadar
want
is the best thing you've ever had. Like, you've never had a spicier, just elegant made cake. It is exquisite. Nothing has ever come close to this. You have never
Zaya?
even thought about doing something like this before.
Zaya, I need the recipe. I'm bringing this back to my home.
Yeah, you can keep it. And, I can tell you exactly where I got it made, but I'm not sure if they'll want to make you one more. But we can definitely find some more of those peppers.
Ooh. Yes, we need those peppers.
Zaya or Wolverbane, are you guys eating your cake?
No, I gave mine to Francis.
All right. It just magic starts disappearing. Wolverbane, are you eating your cake?
I am not.
Do it!
You get-
Wolverbane's tried. I mean, you were with me when we tried. This will definitely make you stronger, right?
It smells quite delicious, but I like my
Tears.
skin on my body.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe this will make you a stronger fighter. Don't you want to see, though, what's gonna happen?
I'm okay.
It takes the hair right off of your skin. It doesn't put it on. It takes it off.
That's exactly. I don't have scales in my esophagus like Rhogadar here, so.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Well,
I
hey,
will-
Rhogadar, that's even better, right? You get the whole gift just for yourself.
I passed my piece over to Rhogadar. I was like, "Here, buddy, happy
I take
birthday."
the other piece and I start eating it.
All right. You start downing it. You've had a long day, Rhogadar, and you're quite an appetite. So you keep downing that cake. All right. So the night comes to a close. I'm presuming you guys retired to your rooms.
So we all paid 1 gold for that room?
Yeah. Lucius, is there anything you wanted to do before the night ended?
No, when Bildrath leaves to go home or whatever, I'll just retire for the evening.
All right. As you kind of go to your room, you do recall that you made a promise to see Balithar before heading out, but perhaps in the morning.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like
it's late
we
at
got
this point.
back. We got back late, so I
Yeah,
figured
you're right.
go back
Okay.
the next day.
All right. Sounds great. So you guys retire for the night then, having a pretty eventful day watching cloud castles, giants, and learning all sorts of weird things. The Eye of the Allfather and Carndal Keep and infiltrating in security breaches and cake. And with that, we'll end for the night. We'll pick it up when you wake up.
Michael,
Yes.
can I just do a short rest before I go to sleep to check out those scraps?
Yeah. You can use your kind of pre-sleep to investigate that item.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what they were, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Please tell me what they are, please.
Please! I beg of you.
Let me find it here real quick. Okay. So you kind of take these wraps out in your room. They are these green wraps embroidered with this kind of blue thread that creates this dragon pattern throughout. They are the wraps of the Jade Queen. The wraps give you a +1 to your unarmed strikes because Anakel always misses.
Are they like arm pieces or something?
They appear to be wraps around that will go around your hands, your fists, to
Oh,
imbue
okay, I
your
get
fist
it, I
with
get it.
magical properties to give you a +1 attack because you always miss. All right. And with that, we'll close for the night and journey beyond Waterdeep next time, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right.
Lots of information in
good.
that session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
really
that
liked
was
it.
that was an intense session. But I hope you guys have more of a kind of direction now.
Yeah.
And we can continue on and
We're gonna be all split, Michael. You realize half the party is gonna go one way and the other half go another way.
So I mean, yeah, like what's interesting is that like we still have the guy said that both options were equally insane.
Yeah.
So it's like we're
I
still
100% one. I'm 100% more interested in the All-Father story.
Still
Yeah.
a little dark.
Giant temple in the mountain sounds cool.
Right?
And we've done a lot of dragons
Well, aren't
It
the
sounds like
stuff.
a
Oh, we
really
need-
epic
we need-
story.
balance, do we?
So
Aren't
down
they-
to the force.
It's almost like you're trying to tell like a story or something.
isn't the one dragon also up north though? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Like the-
It's like on
The
way.
dragon's on the way up north, but I mean, like up north is so vague. We need way more information before we can hunt down a temple.
To the spine of.
Yeah, we can go to Belware. Still need to go there.
Oh wait, yeah.
To where?
Well,
If
that place.
if Anakin
where we
can
sleep
talk to
Belliard.
those kids again and then ask them
Oh,
where the Eye of Agamotto is.
Well, I doubt the kids are gonna know. But anyways,
they
this is all meta. All right. Well,
All right.
thanks for watching. Those
Have
of
a
you
good
who
night.
watched, and we'll see you next week.
It was
on the
great.
Gilded Dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.